started as a whisper, screamed it at the top of your lungs. We gained momentum.
Ladies and gentlemen,
You made us unstoppable.
for a brand.
We had a vision for change.
Turn it off. Now!
You made it a revolution. We told you, we are the future.
Anyone out here watching this new show?
The future is now.
Are you ready?
Disruptors, breaking it and making it.
How we looking? Solid, yeah. Real solid.
Dollar bill, y'all.
They love it when I turn off the bass.
Look at this. Look at this. And that was without even a single drop of rum. Look at this. Fuck it. I like the energy. Whoa. I'm streaming over here. Damn, what the fuck is that? I'm streaming over here.
It's pretty good, that.
Right? All right.
Fuck your life.
I don't feel so good.
We're supposed to have 4 Fresh Prince, but I don't know what's going on.
I don't. They got my homie, man.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. She's an American. If we can get her back, great. But like, bro, that shit is not even a comparable trait.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that? What is that private pile?
Can you say delicioso?
That was perfect.
Hey, keep up with me. I'm like that little the tree stump from the Apollo. Good luck. He wouldn't know what that is.
Showtime of the Apollo, I know that.
They love it when I turn off the bass.
Growing and more seductive than sex. You can't say. I can see that.
I'm not fucking riding fucking The Rock dick either.
Whoa.
No, I'm not saying. I'm just
No, let's go.
I'm going to bed. Good night, guys.
You're. Oh shit. Yo, you good, Red? You made it on time, baby.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Did we get Fresh Prince in here too? Oh shit. Oh. Made it on time, baby.
We
I heard that right go.
Wow.
Nah, I had the TV on. I had to mute it real quick. I'm here though.
Oh shit. Everybody's here. Look at that. Welcome to Untitled Live, man. Episode 126, baby. 126. We made it to another Friday, guys. We're here. Oh shit! 1 second here. Is everybody?
Yes, we are. We are here.
How's everybody feeling this Friday evening?
Like shit.
Oh shit!
Damn.
What's going on? You feeling sick?
I got a small cold. Yeah, small cold has been bothering me the whole week.
Damn, that shit's fucking whack, bro. And I started taking like that sea moss shit. I've been taking that shit every morning for like the last couple of days and shit. I mean, I feel a little better. I heard it's like really good for you. Like huh?
No real differences that you can tell.
Well, I mean, they said it takes about a week or two before you start like really like feeling like the effects, but it has everything you need as far as like to survive. Right, it has all that shit. So
Yeah, I know people that swear by it, so you know that's why I'm asking. Since you
yeah. And I mean, I'm saying I'm trying. You know what I mean? It's a lot for me, man. But yeah, it's only like you're only supposed to take like 2 tablespoons every morning and every night. I'm only doing the morning, bro.
Right.
Like that shit is pretty expensive, yo. That shit, you go through that jar and fucking
Yeah, it's mad
like,
small.
yeah, and that shit is like $40.
Yeah.
So crazy. Anyways, guys, if this is the first time coming across this channel, we're Untitled Live. We talk about all kind of shit. We go left, we go right. Sometimes we make ourselves back to shore, but you know, we be floating. So we are here. We here. So like the first quarter of the show, we kind of like do a temperature check on everyone on the panel to see where they at as far as how they feeling, mental health, and all that kind of shit. Get that shit out the way. Talk about some topics. We'll talk about Last of Us. We're gonna talk about Mandalorian. Quick thing about Mandalorian. Solbrick has not seen Mandalorian.
Oh my gosh, yo. What
Yeah,
the hell, bro?
I failed.
So we're gonna talk about
this podcast. No, hold on. This started to become a weekly thing with you now, yo.
Yeah,
First it was Andor, now it's the Mandalorian, bro. What's going on?
First off, Andor was boring as fuck.
Come on, bro.
I'm here for the last. No, trust me, we'll get there. So we'll talk about the Mandalorian towards the end. So he doesn't fucking leave us early and shit. It seems like that's his how to get a day off, half day.
His early exit, right?
Get the early exit and shit. So we're gonna talk about some shit. Yeah, man. So we start off with Fresh Prince, man. Since you was the last one in. So how would you be, bro?
Last one in, first one up. All right. Well, first of all, I'm happy to be back. It's been a blessed week. You know, I'm alive. We back here again. We all together. So of course that's always a blessing every Friday. It's been a good week. Regular things, you know, work. Everything's been cool. I know I was gonna forget some things. I threw them in the group chat, but I know I got caught up on some classics real quick. So the Burbs. So everybody's up on the Burbs, right?
The Burbs. That's my favorite movie.
So you up on the Burbs?
Nope.
Oh man.
That's why I haven't like watched it. So
okay, so that's on the watch list though. That's good though. I'm not even gonna come at you because it's like it's something good. If you haven't seen it, it's nice, classic, old school comedy, thriller, suspense type joint. So it's cool. I think you enjoy it. It'd be a nice little thing for you to watch with the woman too. So that's cool. But for everybody else that saw it, exactly. Tom Hanks down. I can't see who that is. It's just that Facebook user, but whoever that is, throw your name in the chat. But yeah, like it definitely a classic. Got caught up on that. Was watching that with my son. Also, I had to get him on Scott Pilgrim real quick.
Facebook uses Eric.
Eric?
Eric Rodriguez. Oh, what up, homie?
Okay, what's good, bro? All right. So Scott Pilgrim, and we all on Scott Pilgrim. So.
Yeah.
All right. We good. All right. So yeah, I had to get my son. I didn't tell him what it was about at first. I just threw it on. Was like, yo, watch this. Because it's like anybody with kids or knows or nephews, nieces in this generation, y'all know these kids are like super judgmental. They have no context, but it's like just off the rip, they be ready to like just down stuff for some reason. But yeah, so I just gave him no context, just threw it on, got him to watch it. And at first he was like, yo, like it got up to the part where Chris Evans pops up and makes the cameo. And he's like, yo, what is going on right now? He's like, yo, that's Captain America, but what's going on? I'm like, all right, listen, it's a comic book movie based on based on video game vibes. So other than that, it's like a surrealistic interpretation. You know, I'm real big on explaining like different types of genres and things like that of film. Like me and my son really connect through film and comic books and things like that. So I get to explaining things like that to him so he can understand context. But by the end of the movie, like he loved it, man. He loved it. He was on board. Other than that, just usual stuff, everything that we about to go over. I'm still on my night court binge too. I've been slowing down so I could, you know what I mean? I don't want to hurry up and finish it. But other than that, it's been a pretty decent week. Pretty cool. How about you guys?
For me, I mean, the week was good. It was chill for the most part. I've been watching some random fucking shit on not Facebook. I'm about to say Facebook, but Netflix, right? On Netflix, I've been like recommended like some like movies and shit, and I'm like, all right, cool, let's go ahead and watch this shit. So I watched this movie called The Strays. It's on Netflix. That shit,
Yeah, somebody watch this too because a lot of people be talking about watching.
that shit fucked me up. that shit fucked up my whole mental. Right? I don't want to give too much away because like the moment you talk about something, is automatically gonna But the premise is like a lady kind of like leaves her family and kind of like disappears and creates a new family somewhere else, and her kids from a previous marriage is looking for her, and it's crazy. It's wild, bro. It's wild. So like
That already sounds wild.
Yeah, it's wild. Then I'm trying to remember who recommended this movie to watch. It's hey, listen, this movie's a comedy. Da 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 da. I'm like, yo, it's Tom Hanks. It's a comedy. It's called The Man Called Otto. I said, all right, cool. I'm gonna watch this shit. Bruh, it's not a comedy. That shit was that was the saddest movie I ever seen in my life, bro. I was in shambles at the end. I was waiting for the comic shit. I was waiting for the laughing part. I'm
Someone
like,
played you so bad.
No, but if you go to IMDb, it says comedy too. I'm like, whoa. Wow. This is not a comedy.
That's crazy because I saw the trailer before you told us about it. I saw the trailer a little while back and I was like, yo, this looks good. But I didn't interpret it as a comedy. Like it seems like the comedy comes from like the natural state of the environment and the type of character he is and the people he has to interact with. It seems like that's where the comedy comes from. But it seems like it was one of those classic Tom Hanks or just classic like heartfelt, really like a really story-driven type of movie. Like that's what I got out of the trailer that I saw.
Well, the trailer that I saw, I don't know if we saw the same trailer, but like it had like some kind of like he was just a grumpy old man, but like his kind of responses was kind of funny and shit.
Yeah.
How he interacts with people, and then, like you said, the folks that lived in the neighborhood were kind of like they'll have like comedic pieces to it. So I guess that's why they kind of like say, hey, this is like kind of like a lighthearted. No, it's not. It is a great movie. I will recommend it, but I would not tell anyone that it's a comedy. I will not read the description. This movie is dark. It's probably the darkest movie I've seen that Tom Hanks has done, I would say. And this is this is like
I thought of it like The Terminal. Like that's like the vibe I got. Like I know you're saying it's like kind of dark, but from the trailer I got like it's like that type of movie where like you get comedy from the circumstances, but it's not meant to be a comedy as far as the overall movie.
Yeah. I mean the elements are there with The Terminal, but like as far as like straight up like damn, bro, damn, and then the end, bruh, that's what it was for me. It was nothing but bruhs, and I was like, at the end, I'm saying that like, yo, because with me with movies, I really get sucked into these movies, right? I kind of like forget that I'm around, like it becomes like a reality around me, right? When I watch a movie, and it's like a gift and a curse because you kind of like really like feel for characters and shit like that. But at the same time, like, you know, you express emotions. What's on screen is what happens to you. So like people around you like, yo, this motherfucker's like, you all right, bro? Like, nah, you kind of like zone out. And for me, I'm sitting there like with the lip trembling. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? I was bad. I was down bad. That's how it was. And it was a good movie. It was a really good movie. I would recommend it. If you guys, it's on digital now. I mean, you can watch it however you mean. You can, you know, whatever outlet you have out there, you can watch it. But it's a really good movie. And
what platform did you say it was on?
It's outside.
I got you. It's all good. It's all good.
But it's available online. Like if you guys want to copy, like digital, it's on. You know, Voodoo, all that kind of shit. Yeah. So that movie I watched early on this week, and I'm like, damn, bro, this is even like it's one of those like the next day you kind of feel like the remnants of like how you felt. That's how I was like, damn, this But it was good. It was good. Like all the characters, you know, it made sense. I don't know if it's a true story. I didn't get like really into it. If it is a true story, I felt even worse. But yeah, it's a good movie. I did The Last of Us. Again, we'll talk about that later, but really good. Solid episode. Mandalorian. I can't, you know, I would love to talk about it right now, but we're gonna give it a minute. But it was a really good fucking show. Like to start off the season like that was really good. I know a lot of people online were kind of like talking shit about it, like the real purists. Yeah, they was like, oh, I'm like, yo, bro, like the fandom is crazy. Like Star Wars fans are the worst
after we did the show, yo. It's crazy.
Star Wars fans are the worst. Like the purists, the DK purists, they're the worst. They're the most toxic fucking fan base. It was good. I had no problems with the episode. The episode was solid, and I was sad that it was over. Yeah. That's how it is. What else did I watch? Started watching a show called well, we talked about this last week. It was Will Trent. Watching that as well. That's a good one. I'm sure I'm forgetting a show. It'll come up later, but that's pretty much my week was pretty good. Like some job hunting. So trying to get some feels out there, ready to go back to the workforce. A lot of editing shit that I've been doing. I got some shit planned. I got some shit cooking. So I mean, I just unlocked an ability in my brain. Oh, shit, that's how easy it was. So I'm gonna do some shit. I'm gonna do some real dope shit. But hopefully we'll be up soon. But I've been testing some shit, some video editing, superimposing us in movies and shit, and it looks like we there. It's crazy. It's crazy. So yeah, so I'm working on that. That's pretty much it, man. So how was your week, bro?
It was okay. It's pretty chill. I just been let's say, so The Last of Us. Didn't really see anything else. I've just been still rewatching the Dragon Ball Z Blue Saga. Almost finished with that. I think I got like 4 episodes left. Let's say I was playing Lightfall today. So far so good. I mean, the Witness seems like he's a bad Mamajama.
Yeah, I was playing that. I played a little bit of it because you don't have to buy the expansion pack to play like the first part of it. It looks pretty good. Dude,
the story is getting pretty intense, and the Witness is kind of like he ain't taking no shit. So, I'm really excited to see what that story is gonna be like.
You know what I heard? I just heard all things you did besides watching Mandalorian.
Wow.
That's been out since Wednesday. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm so sorry.
No, I mean that's pretty much my week. That's it.
He's I'm wrapping up. I just don't you regret. Oh man. How was it?
I guess my goal. So my week is pretty tame. Been fighting this little cold, little annoying head cold I've been having going on. Work is good. The funny thing is I had to check out a homeless dude out the store.
Yeah.
Cause he started cursing out one of the workers, started doing all kind of like homophobic remarks and stuff and racial remarks and shit. So I had to like check him out like Fresh Prince style. You know how when Uncle Phil check out Jazz, yo? That's literally how he went out the store, yo. The other security girl, she said, yo, when he got up and walked away, he got up as a new man, yo. You baptized him with that sign. He said he didn't want no smoke. He just got up and just walked off, yo. I was like, I was totally ready for him to try to rush back in and try to like fight and shit. But nah, that dude just got up, like dusted himself off, just walked away. Like, yeah, I deserved it. Like he said, yep, I deserved it. But other than that, we're watching, Hunter x Hunter on Hulu.
Nice.
Been watching. I rewatched Coco, and it's a really good movie. I still give Encanto a notch above it, man. Even though Coco is good, though, like, and you know what? It's even tier because like when I watch both, somebody's like cutting onions in the room near the end of the movies and shit, yo. So it's like
facts.
Nah,
So-
Coco, I was in shambles.
yo, Encanto and Coco, man. Like by the end of the movie, yo, somebody's cutting onions, and I don't know what's going on. But yeah, Coco was. I rewatched Coco. I saw Megan with the little android robot girl.
How was that?
It was decent. I'm kind of happy I didn't spend money in theaters to go see it. Nah, it wasn't. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't bad, but I felt like it was like a Netflix movie, bro. I felt like it was like something that could have dropped on like a streaming platform.
Did you watch the unrated version or the regular one? Because I know there's two out.
I watched whatever Peacock chat had over there.
I think it was Peacock has the unrated.
That's
Yeah.
unrated, yeah.
It was pretty good, you know. The little shit went crazy with it. And I was like, damn, this cyborg girl is crazy, man. Like, I don't want to fuck with that little weirdo doll. I don't like dolls, period. Dolls is just weird, yo. Like, especially a robotic doll, yo.
So you think so? Is Chucky still top tier, or Megan took the?
Nah, I think Megan will fuck Chucky up, yo.
Whoa.
Megan?
Say hot take, but I ain't see it.
That's a hot take. That is a hot take.
Nah, Megan will fuck.
I'm a reserve judgment.
Megan will fuck Chucky up. When you see the shit that she did, you go like, yeah, she'll watch Chucky. Mind you, she's robotic. She's robotic too. So Chucky is like a human man inside a doll body or something like that. Whereas
But Chucky, I think it's the same thing. Like he's short, small, but his strength is like
a grown man.
Full size.
Yeah. No, he has the strength of a regular sized grown man in his little doll body, but
yeah,
I think Megan got the strength like of an android. This is an android, yo. Like
I hear you.
This chick is going in.
Yeah, I don't fuck with dolls in general. Like you, I don't like that kind of shit.
That shit is creepy, man. My grandmother had one that just sit on her table in the living room. That shit was the creepiest doll. They had to put the doll away before I go in the living room. Like I wouldn't go in the living room with the doll. They had to put it away. My grandmother had to put it up. When I was a kid, I would not go in that room with the doll there. Not at all. Mm-mm.
I feel you though, bro. I feel you.
All right, so what else I watched? I watched The Mandalorian. I watched The Last of Us. I went to see the Demon Slayer movie today. Don't waste some money on that shit, bro.
Oh,
It's bad?
It is bad.
Wow.
And I'll say why it's bad. It's not bad per se as in it's
There's a new Demon Slayer movie?
Yeah. The Smith Village shit.
Oh, I thought that was the name of the new season. I didn't know that was a movie.
They brought no. Here's the trickery. Here's where the honey dick happened. So I paid to go see the movie, The Journey to Smith Village or whatever that's what it's called. I paid to go see the movie. They re-show you the ending arc of the entertainment district. They replayed that for you to watch. First of all, they showed you all the openings of the first arc, the second arc with the Mugen train, and then the entertainment district arc. They show you all those openings and sum it up again. Then they show you the ending arc of the entertainment district, and then they only show you the beginning arc of the Smith's Village. They don't even show you no action, no nothing that gets involved. You know, like he shows up the Smith Village, and then it just goes to credits and shit like that. Like he said, "Oh, there's a weapon here that can make you stronger," and then it goes to credit. I was fucking pissed, bro. I was like, "What? I just paid money to see this shit, yo."
So the movie's just a review. What?
Basically, that's what it sounds like.
It's a review of what
They
happened.
paid for a recap. Wow.
Luckily, I'm an A-list member, so the movie was free. But I could imagine if I had paid money for the shit. I would have been pissed, bro.
And you went to see that shit. And you went to see that shit over fucking Creed 3?
Bro, I saw Creed 3.
Oh, you did. My bad.
Okay, all right.
My bad. So
Let me finish my week, bro. Come on. I'm still ranting about Demon Slayer right now. I gotta go in on it right now. They're robbing people of their money right now. So it's gonna be my mission to make sure that movie makes no money, because I'm gonna tell everybody about that movie. That like, yo, they robbing people. You don't go watch that shit. They're robbing people. They are robbing you. Don't go watch that. You're paying to rewatch the last, and not even like the full fight of the entertainment district arc. You're watching the last part where he, like, the fucking little twisted brother come out, and then he just explodes before he died, and then that's it. That's the only action you get for the movie, the entertainment district arc. Then after that, they go to the Swordsmith Village, and then he's there, and like, oh, there's a sword here that can make you stronger. Really? And then the credits. Pissed. I was pissed. All right. So then after that, I saw Creed 3.
Okay.
And that movie was amazing, bro. Creed 3 was amazing. Like, I saw it in IMAX. Yo, Jonathan Majors did his thing. Bro, I'm officially scared of that, man. I'm like, yo, bro, this dude's like, if I met Jonathan Majors in real life, he'd probably fuck me up. Because, Kang the Conqueror, Creed as a boxer, and then the Harder They Fall. Those two movies alone make me feel like Jonathan Majors out here kicking somebody's ass in the street fight, yo.
Telling you, bro, this nigga, he's the next one up, bro. Next great black actor of this generation, bro.
He made Michael B. Jordan look small, bro. When they did the boxing thing, he's there with his, I'm like, yo, this nigga's too built right now. Michael B. Jordan look like a baby next to him, bro.
What was the tail of the tape looking like? How tall is he? What's the weight?
Nah, he's tall. He's definitely taller. I think he got maybe
6 feet.
A good 2 inches on Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan's like 5. He's like 5'11", 5'10", 5'11". And
I think he got a good 2 or 3 inches on Michael B. Jordan. And he has a longer reach, so he had to do. He was fighting like Philly shell, like the Philly set, the shell style.
Oh shit! Yeah, man, I can't wait to see this.
Like, he tucks. They tuck the body, protect the body, and they do the shell, the blocking. Like, yo, really good, man. I was like, yo, and then when the punches hit, you hear that shit. You feel that shit with the IMAX speakers. That's boof. Like, oh shit!
I saw a clip where he ducked and Jonathan Majors did like an uppercut on his chest, and you see the ripple on Michael B. Jordan's back.
Like, that was the Dragon Ball Z punch.
That was a gut shot. Yeah, he hit him with a gut shot.
Yo, that shit crazy. I'm like, oh, damn.
When that scene happened in the theater, everybody in the theater went, ooh. Bro, he's so funny. Yeah, it had it stuck like that too. He had his fist in his red teeth. Everybody like, ooh.
Yeah, man. I mean, that whole franchise has like these directors that like top tier, like, Ryan Coogler, Michael B. Jordan. Now he directed this shit, and the last director,
he did it justice, man. And the story is good and it's believable, and I like the conclusion of the story, how it ended. Like it felt like real life. It felt like real life shit that if real friends were to go through a quarrel, how it could possibly end. Like, how it could possibly end. I don't want to say too much and stuff, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But
I'm glad. Like, I love Sylvester Stallone, but I'm glad that he kind of like sat out of this movie. Like, I think that this movie needed to be on his own and kind of like fly without the crutch of.
But if you hear the context of the story, there's really no need for Sylvester Stallone to be in the movie. Like, there's no place for him in the story. You know what I'm saying? It's like
childhood shit.
Like, if you added him, you just added him to get like the nostalgia of this is a Rocky, it's still in the Rocky universe or some shit. It wouldn't be nothing to add context to the movie. Like, this shit had nothing to do with him. What was going on in this movie?
Okay, right. I mean, I haven't seen the movie yet, but no spoilers, Red. But have they addressed Apollo Creed's 2 kids that they haven't in the last 2 movies? Because he has 2 kids and they haven't popped up on any of the sequels or shit.
Nah,
did we get them in here in this one?
There's so much. I don't want to say too much, but there's a situation that happens where you expect like the kids to pop up and they don't show up, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Like, yo, I don't know. So
yeah, I think that's like I think for some odd reason maybe they forgot that Apollo had kids. Like,
no, they mentioned them. They mentioned them.
They mentioned them.
Yeah, because he talks about how like the other two kids didn't like him. The siblings didn't like him.
Because I'm like, yo, when I'm watching this movie, I'm like, yo, like on some real shit, Michael B. Jordan could have just been his like biological, like between him and Felicia Rashad, that he could have just been his kid. Like he didn't have to be on some out of wedlock shit.
Yeah,
bro, he looks like fucking Carl. For some reason, I don't know why, but he doesn't like Carl. Like he could be Carl Weathers' kid.
I mean,
he does though.
Ass mustache. He got that big ass.
Mustache. It's that 70s, 80s mustache, man.
He does look like he could be Carl Weathers' kid, though. It's crazy, bro. Like,
yeah, I definitely want to see that movie. That
made me tight though. Most of all, is that like I wasted time to go see Demon Slayer, and I could have seen Cocaine Bear instead.
You didn't watch that yet?
No, I didn't watch Cocaine Bear. I was gonna watch it after Creed, but then like the next show was like 5:00, and like Creed ended around like near 4. I was like, I'm not sitting here for an hour to wait for Cocaine Bear to start. Yo, I'm going home. I was hungry. I was tired at that time because I've been in there. I watched 2 movies back to back. I was like, yo, I was tired. I'm hungry. So I'm going home.
I'd be on a mission, bro.
Huh?
That's you be on a mission, bro.
Bro, I'm trying to catch up on my movies, bro. I haven't been to like movies in so long. Like I've been slacking, yo. I'm trying to catch up.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna see Cocaine Bear. If I don't go see it, I'm probably gonna see it Sunday, if anything.
Yeah, that's what's up though.
Well, yeah, that was my week. My week was chill.
I gotta see Creed. I gotta see it.
Facts, me too.
I'm surprised I didn't see it. Yo, Creed is fire.
My kid sprained his ankle today, so I had to mess around and try to run him to some place to try to get X-rays, and then they wasn't taking nobody else after that. So then I had to run to work. Like it was a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah, I do X-rays for sprained ankles now, bro. Y'all some good parents, yo. Because back in the day, my mom would have like elevate your damn feet, put some ice in it.
At the end of the day, listen, I would have said the same thing. Honestly, Red. Like I'm a dude. I would have said the same thing, but my mom's just a nurse. So she came home and she was like, yo, listen, like I was with him at the urgent care, whatever. I'm tired. Like, you got to go take him to do this. And I'm like, fuck. Like, so it was just one of those situations. Like,
you gotta cover your tracks, bro. Like,
yeah,
real shit. Your kid goes to school with a sprained ankle, they're gonna start asking questions.
Yeah.
ACS coming to your crib, like, yo.
Yeah, I'm not dealing with that. I'm not dealing with none of that.
My mom would be like, elevate your feet, put ice on it. If I'm not able to walk on it by the end of the night or by tomorrow, I'm not able to walk. Then we go to the hospital and see what's going on.
Yeah, animal control. I got the wrong one. I got the wrong acronym. Animal control will not be coming to your house, guys. It'll be CPS.
It's ACS though.
Is it?
Yeah.
Listen, y'all talking about all this. Back in the day, parents, you had to be damn near dying for parents to take you to the hospital for anything, bro. Like, if you sprain your ankle, you're going to get some pain ointment, you're going to get some ice, and you're going to elevate your leg, you're going to sit down. And that's what your ass get for running around. Sit your ass down, elevate your leg.
Exactly. And that's what it was. He wasn't even playing ball. He wasn't doing nothing constructive. This dude was wilding. And he admitted it. Like, yo, I was wilding. I was BSing with my friends, and like, yo, I messed around and I slid down the stairs. I twisted my ankle. I'm like, all right, that's what you get, but I ain't gonna go in on you. It is what it is. Like, but like Fresh said, like, yeah, you gotta cover your tracks. You know what I'm saying? But he'll be good by Monday. He'll be all right.
You gotta cover your tracks. No, man, teachers be man nosy. Like, so what happened? Man. Start questioning him, put him like having 2 teeth. Nah, that's crazy.
I'm like, you good? You feel the ice? You feel it? Yeah, you good? All right, I'm gonna go see this Creed. I'll be right back.
Nah, see, I wouldn't do that to him because he's into this type of shit. You know what I'm saying? So I take him with me.
He messed up. I ain't gonna get punched for you. I'm getting punched for you.
I feel you.
You messed up. You messed up. You twisted your leg, yo. I'm still gonna go see Creed. Everybody tell you go twist their leg up. Should have walked down the stairs like a normal human. What's wrong with you, man?
Word up.
Twisting your ankle at 40 is a different level of pain. It's
Nah,
happening.
twist
Yeah,
your ankle at
that's
40,
totally
you out for
different.
the week, bro. You out for the week.
Bro, my shit tweaked it like maybe like 2 weeks ago, bro. And I feel like the leg fell off. I feel like the whole leg fell off.
Bro, I twisted my ankle as young. I was back on my feet probably by the end of the night if I elevated
That's
it.
what I'm saying.
Yo,
You
I do
damn
it
near
now.
immortal
Now
as
at
a
this
kid, as a
age, bro.
kid,
Like, nah, I'm out for the week, bro.
Yo, let me tell you, I was picking up Ivy at school the other day, and I'm going up the stairs. You know how sometimes you kind of like miss that step, and you kind of like slip and you fall up the steps. If that makes any sense to you,
I know what you're talking about.
So it was one of those, right? But like back in the days, if I fell, I'll pop back up like a ninja. You wouldn't even know like I fell.
Yeah, real
like,
quick.
You
Oh,
fell?
y'all
Nah,
seen that?
bro, it
No,
was
all right, I'm out.
burn.
Nah,
I
don't tell
doubled
me
down.
don't tell me you did the roll over on your back, yo.
No, I did the whole caught myself situation, and I just melted into the fucking steps, bro. Like, I didn't even try to get up. And then the lady was like, "You all right?" I'm like, "Yeah." And I got up dumb slow. I'm like, "Yeah, nah." I'm no spring chicken, bro. It is what it is. I don't even care at this point. Like, I'm not even embarrassed. If I fall, like, bro, like me and Stinky, like last year, we died together on a fucking on a train break, and I was
Bad
sitting there
boys,
laughing.
ride together, die together.
Yo, for real. Like, when it's cold and sleet, it's just those things are dangerous.
Stinky too young to be dying, bro. You're the young one of us, man. You gotta have the energy for us, Stinky.
I ain't got no energy. Fuck that.
Feel that shit, bro. My back is fucked, bro. It's like, oh man.
Damn,
Anyway.
how old are you, Stinky?
35.
Oh yeah, you got
Hey.
go Cinco.
He's the youngest, man. He's the youngest of us.
Yeah. It's
The Last of Us.
Word. I think Red. You close to 40, right? You got like a year left, right?
Next month.
Woo!
April.
No doubt.
That's his bones. Again, that's the bones.
I'm the oldest, right? I'm the senior on here.
Yeah.
You're fresh. It depends on what y'all age
Nah, I think I'm born in 82, but I'm like the last day of 82. So anybody born before?
Oh yeah, all right. Yeah, all right, cool. Yeah, so it's me, senior, no doubt.
You know who this first person was? Oh snap!
No doubt. June '82.
Oh yeah, you got a half a year on me, bro.
I know, yeah. All right, so y'all respect your elders. You know what I'm saying?
All right, Grandpa, whatever you say, man.
Oh man,
I accept it now.
Anywho, man, today makes the 1 year anniversary, man, of the Batman's release. 1 year. Yeah, that shit. Yeah, you went quick.
The
1 year anniversary of the Batman.
Batman?
Yeah, came out this year. It came out today, this last year, and I think by them ramping it up, today was the first shooting day of the Penguin. Penguin started shooting today.
Penguin getting his own show. Oh my
Penguin's
God.
getting his own show on HBO Max. They just hired. They just cast the guy from Starship Troopers. He's playing Falcone.
Casper
Not
Van Dien.
Falcone. Damn, what's the other guy's name? The other crime boss.
Maroney.
Yeah, there we go.
Salvatore Maroney.
Yeah.
or it could be the Roman.
Who's that? No, I don't think it's Black Man.
Falcone, right? Falcone's the Roman?
Huh?
Salvatore Falcone's the Roman?
No. It's Roman is that's Black Mass, ain't it?
No, that's not Black Man.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Bro, this dude. Let me tell you when I first saw this dude.
Nice
acting, bro. Acting well. I probably saw him other stuff I didn't recognize it, but when I first saw him in what's that HBO show, Carnival? That nigga creeped me out in that show, man.
The new joint?
No, Carnival. It was like an old school HBO show that was like these bunch of sideshow, like It was really
Oh
like
yeah,
carnival
that shit was
setting, bro.
weird.
He was like a priest on that shit or something like that.
So
Like,
they must have remade it then, because they got a new joint called Carnival with I think Orlando Bloom and Emma Stone. I think.
no, that's some new shit. The Carnival was
that's what I'm saying.
was the old HBO series. And it was like these people was in the carnival circus. Like one dude was like had the power, like the good side, like the angels or whatever, God or whatever that shit. And he was
They got like fairies and stuff in it.
Nah, let me tell the story. I'm about to tell you.
No, I'm asking because that's what the new shit is. It sounded like they remade.
I'm about to say what dude had like the powers like the good side, like God or whatever that shit is, and he was on the carnival side. He was with the weird people, like the bearded ladies and the little short carnival. He was with the carnival people, and then this dude that had the demon powers. That was this dude, and he was with the church, which is crazy. And then it was like both like stuff was happening where they were trying to like collide to fight each other or something. Like it was a weird show, but like. He creeped me out on that show when he was playing the demon powered dude, man. I was like, yo, nah, man. and he was in the church, yo. I was like, nah, man, that's just crazy.
Yeah, I've seen it on like HBO at one point. I never tuned in.
The Carnival was a weird show to me. It was like you had to investigate into it. Like it was like something you had to.
But it was not that many seasons, right? It was like less than 4.
Nah, it was a small series. And then they quit.
Okay. Yeah, nah. So yeah, man. So he's gonna be Maroney. So that's good. This show's gonna be. I have high hopes for this show because it's gonna be like, yeah, you're gonna have Batman kind of like aesthetics and shit. Like he's gonna appear in the show, but it's gonna be on some like Soprano shit, some real gangster shit. So I'm looking forward to that. That's pretty dope.
I mean, Penguin's the biggest arms dealer. So if he's the arms dealer, you know he's going to be dealing to both sides of whoever having a war.
Yeah, he's an equal opportunist.
Yeah.
He's the Destro of this universe.
Yeah, so that shit is what's up, man. Also, man, it's been ramping up, man. I don't know if you guys, I be on Twitter sometimes and shit, and like it's crazy out there. Like the whole James Gunn shit, people calling him a liar, and he's going out and he's trying to like really like defend his name. I'm like, I've been and everything he tweets, I tweet like, yo, stay quiet, don't say nothing, because regardless of what you say, there's always gonna be another half that's gonna just say you're lying. Because people are saying that he lied about the whole situation about him directing Superman, and yeah, you know what? He said it a long time ago. Like they offered him the Superman directing role, but he said no. He decided to do Suicide Squad, and I guess from that time now he just changed his mind. He cracked the story, and he was like, I'm gonna take it. Doesn't mean he was lying. He just changed his fucking mind.
Yeah.
So that's going crazy. That's they wilding on Twitter about that shit. The Ben Affleck story. There's been a lot of reports that Ben Affleck is the director for The Brave and the Bold. They haven't announced it, but they're saying that's from a leaker insider said that he is directing this movie. He was promised to direct the Batman movie, so they owed him it anyway. For what they're saying is that they might be taking elements from his script onto this movie. So a lot of things he's gonna have, because if you're gonna have The Brave and the Bold, you're gonna have like all types of shit. You're gonna have Deathstroke is gonna be in it. So I hope they get my boy like Joe Manganiello. I feel like he always got the shit under the stick with these fucking movies.
I feel like I heard he's supposed to be coming back as Deathstroke.
He should be. I hope so too, and it would be nice to see him come back. I know they brought him back for Justice League. You got to see him a little bit more in the character's role. And it's like, damn, I really want to see more of this. So that'd be nice, man. Hopefully, we're gonna get some news on that. Because
I think that would make elements of, if people remember, like the elements of the script that he was talking about. It was supposed to be like almost like The Raid, but with like Batman and Arkham, like going through stages and going through different villains. So if they take elements of that and they have Damian with him on that shit, like, nah, I feel like that shit might be crazy. I'm kind of excited for that.
if you come in a situation where he's now meeting his son for the first time, and the son is like this crazy assassin, and he's paired up with Deathstroke because they're the League of Assassins, and he finds out like, yo, this is my kid. Like, what you wilding for? Like, that sounds crazy. That might be a good fucking story to kind of pull if they do that. But he's not gonna be playing Batman. He's only directing, so we're gonna get a new Batman. I'm not sure if this is gonna be like a one-off. I don't know. The information out there is vague, so I don't have anything definite, and I don't want to say, hey, this is happening. But with the Ben Affleck, I felt real comfortable saying that because it's numerous sources are saying it.
Yeah,
and I think it's less pressure for him to having to just to direct versus direct and fucking play Batman. That was a whole lot of like stress on his part because people didn't care about anything else. They just want to know how Batman. When is Batman's coming? When is Batman coming out? And you could tell like he was getting like annoyed by with these interviews and shit.
Yeah,
and I think his last movie kind of failed because of that. And that was that what was that shit? It was like some like Dick Tracy kind of movie. What the fuck was that shit? Like he was like a mobster. Damn, what was that shit? It was like some like noir shit. It didn't do too good.
Shit.
I have it's here.
I know. Yeah, I feel you.
Right
like I
now.
have the image of the poster and all that, but I can't grab the name right now. But I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so hopefully we get some kind of information very soon because this movie is supposed to be dropping in 2025. So this movie is going to be filming sometime either end of this year or starting of next year. So we're going to have to get some information very soon. Live by Night. That's the
movie. There you go.
I had to look that shit up because it was going to bother me the whole entire time.
Yeah, I was doing the same thing just now.
That shit was going to fucking get me upset.
I feel you. I was doing the same exact thing. I'm the same way.
Oh, man. So what else is happening out there? Oh, yeah, the writer for, I didn't know, and this is weird for me. When I checked Quantumania, and normally we look at these Marvel movies and who writes them, they're numerous writers.
Right.
But in Quantumania, there's only one writer.
Yeah, Jeff Loveless.
And I was like, holy shit! I didn't realize that they allowed one person to write this fucking movie.
Yeah, because he's supposed to be writing I think Secret Wars also.
Kang Dynasty.
Oh, King Dynasty, my fault. Yeah.
He's doing
my
Dynasty.
fault. The dude from Shang-Chi is writing the other one. Yeah.
He's doing So
right.
He had an interview and he was pretty much saying that he felt really hurt about like the critics what they had to say about the movie. He was like, hey, listen, I had no idea how much hate this movie was getting.
Right.
And I'm like, I get what he's saying. Like people are like really going in on this fucking movie. Like this movie was not fucking trash. Like it wasn't fucking like top tier Marvel shit, but it was fucking good for what it was, right? And
can I throw a theory real quick?
Go ahead.
I'm not gonna take long, but this is why I feel people don't understand what's going on. It's like I feel like even though they might not be the same exact person, we're getting a loop, and we're basically getting the origin story of He Who Remains. Like we got this in Loki season 2, and in the first season of Loki, and I think like everything, like there was a lot of similarities. I'm not gonna go into too much, but there was a lot of similarities in what he was talking about in this movie that He Who Remains said. So I think even though they're not the same exact variant, I think we're going through a loop where Kang is gonna basically be the last remaining Kang in this situation and what's going on, and I think that's what people don't understand. So and I feel like
so you're trying to say that the person that we saw last at Loki, right? He Who Remains, is going to be it's pretty much Victor Timely.
Yes, and at the same time, Kang. But we're looking at different points in time, and we're going to realize what the sacred timeline was all about. I think they're just slowly taking us through moments in time until we get to the end of this whole thing and we realize this whole shit was connected and we just went through a whole loop and everything ends up exactly how we wanted to, but from a different POV.
I think,
I was hearing
what happened?
I was hearing something they'll say that he who remains was the strongest version of Kang because he was the one that started the TVA. And he was keeping the timeline in check and keeping the other Kangs at bay before the events of Loki would happen. So they were saying that he's the strongest version of Kang, and he was the one that was able to keep the other Kangs in check until he went away, and then that's why we're going through the Kang stuff now.
You know what's crazy?
But maybe Kang got sucked in, and then Loki season 2 picks up where he starts the TVA, and it's the whole same shit all over again. I'm just kind of agreeing with you, but saying like this Kang is gonna take over that same shit.
When we saw, I don't know how Loki 2 is going to begin, but at the end of Loki 1, he's in a different timeline. He didn't go back to the timeline, the TVA that he left from. He went to a different TVA.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like at that point where he went back is when we seen Kang get sucked in or whatever the case. Now we're going back to see how basically he's gonna start the whole TVA shit.
I don't know, man. Marvel found the cheat code to pay one actor to play all his villains. All of them. Because, bro, I'm hearing that fucking he's gonna be the main villain in Moon Knight season 2. Ramata is gonna be the main villain in Moon Knight 2.
That's interesting.
I think.
Well, it makes sense.
I was hearing that version's gonna be the main villain in Fantastic Four too.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It should be that, unless they're gonna leave it off on a cliffhanger and then pick it up from there.
I don't think Moon Knight is gonna defend. I don't think the Moon Knight is gonna fucking. I have no idea, but that shit sounds crazy, man. He's the villain in every fucking movie.
He can be.
Yeah, why not?
I don't fucking know, bro.
I mean, if you look at comics, right? Like Khonshu did actually defeat Kang in the comics. You know what I'm saying? He had an avatar, and then if you guys read, or if anybody read, Only Myself Left to Conquer, like it goes through. They kind of retcon, but soft retcon, but connect everything in the past to where Renslayer in the past, or one of her variants was a Moon Knight avatar for Khonshu. So they can like pull from a whole lot of these things and connect it in season 2 if that's what you're talking about.
Yeah. Hopefully, man. I don't know, man. This shit is getting weird now at this point in time. Like, what's next? You know what I mean? Like, I get it. You know, I want to see more of Jonathan Majors, bro. If I can get him every season, I take it. He's not gonna give you the same character. Yeah. He's not gonna give you the same performance. He's gonna give you a different performance every single time.
Every single time. Yeah.
My thing was like, well, Ramata, like his design kind of threw me off. Like, why is he mechanized?
Yeah.
I was like, no, it's kind of weird. And the blue, the Kang that was in the blue variant, so that is Scarlet Centurion. That's is getting that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so so I'm like, oh, that's. I mean, they didn't specify who he was, but so I don't know, man. I mean, Moon Knight will work out, man. Moon Knight is a fucking. Isn't he like a top tier Avenger? Over fucking Black Widow and fucking Hawkeye?
Well, yeah, nah, definitely. Moon Knight is a what you call it, one of the Dark Avengers. You know what I'm saying? Not Dark Avengers. I'm sorry. Oh shit. With Blade and all of them, the Midnight Suns. My fault. Midnight Suns. Yeah.
Yeah, you got a couple of things that started production March 1st. So we had New World Order. Captain America 4 started filming in March 1st. So between that and what else? There's another one that's being recorded today. I mean, shooting this month or something. Oh no, Deadpool shooting April 1st, which is kind of funny. It's April Fools, but
that's the point, right?
Yeah. So
Perfect.
these movies in motion, man. They coming. So weirdly enough, we was getting the Disney Plus. We were supposed to get like 4 Disney Plus shows this year. They cut it down to 2.
Yeah.
So what I'm hearing is that Echo's actually getting pushed back to 2023, not 2024. So that was one of the ones that was going to be delayed. so they brought it back into this year. And there was something that was happening with, what was it? It was Secret Invasion. What was the other one that was coming out? And Loki, right?
Loki. Yeah.
So they said Secret Invasion is the one that might be the one that go to 2024. So I'm like, oh shit. So I guess they're doing a lot of reworks. There's a lot of things happening in the background. Maybe there's a lot of like.
Well, you said Secret Invasion is moving to next year.
Yeah, that's what they were saying because they
really.
Yeah, I don't know how true that is, but I know they're bringing Echo back to 2023 because Echo was gonna get pushed.
Wow, I thought both of those were the only definite ones they were dropping this year.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know
because that connects to Miss Marvel. I mean, Captain Marvel. My fault.
And the Marvels I'm hearing is going through reshoots right now.
So they got to be adding some shit then.
So they must be adding stuff, or they gonna end up pushing that movie back.
Damn.
It got to be because they adding something. It's not because it's like for anybody that thinks it might be bad or whatever. Like I heard people saying like that movie is beautiful, like as far as cinematography and direction and from those angles. So it got to be adding.
From what happened. So on Monday, they had a screening of Miss Marvel, and the reception for that movie was negative.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was a negative
audience.
Oh, it's negative audience score. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Critics were praising it.
So either there is gonna be some rewrites real quick, or kind of like changing things up. We don't know, but again, like when it comes down to like these screenings and shit, like you gotta take that shit with a grain of salt.
Right.
Because people could be just talking shit, but like there's multiple people saying that the screening was poor. I wouldn't say as poor as people said about what's the other movie they saying is bad? Aquaman.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, man. I see what Marvel's trying to do. Marvel is trying to make sure that whatever they push out is gonna be top quality shit, like the CGI, storytelling. So they want to make sure they want to get it right because they can't. I don't think they can afford to have like bad movies that's not performing well.
Right.
Because we may be fans of Ant-Man Quantumania, but like when it comes down to like money, like it's not really making money.
Right.
And with Disney, I think Disney does produce a lot of this shit, so they don't have to get lenders to lend them money. They could just front the money themselves.
Right.
So I think Ant-Man and the Wasp, they cost them $200 million, but it made more than that. It made like 300 something. But not every movie's gonna make $1 billion fucking dollars.
I mean, when they put out these movies from a corporate aspect, whatever you invest, you're looking to make at least 150% back. So at least double and a half. You know what I'm saying? So
and people also don't take account of like the movie's cut, like the movie theater's cut. Like
right.
They take a percentage of that money, so they don't get Marvel doesn't get all that. But I think that what Marvel's been wanting to do, Disney they want to do is make enough money where they're paying off the movie's budget as well as the Disney Plus shows that's coming out, because you're not making that same kind of money. Because mind you,
right,
subscriber base. If I've been a subscriber for the last 3 years, they're not making any more money from me.
Exactly.
I already paid for money.
All right.
So like new subscribers will pay for these movies, but like if Avatar made $2 billion, they good. They're like, yo, our rent is paid. We could make some more shows. We good. You know what I mean?
I got 2 more movies coming. We good.
Yeah, like the James Cameron already made 3 he made 3 with 2. So it's like he already made the money back that he took from them for making 2 and 3. So the third movie is all profit.
Crazy.
The third movie, if the movie makes only $10 million, they made $10 million.
Listen,
it
people
made
stop paying attention.
That guy,
young entrepreneurs and movie makers and aspirers, start paying attention.
I tell you one thing, man, that's just crazy, man. James Cameron got half his movies. My man only has like 7 movies.
Word. And like all of them are crap.
And I think only 3 of them shits are like in the top 5. earners and shit. You got
That's nuts.
you got Avatar 1, Avatar 2, and you have Titanic. All at the $2 billion mark. I'm like, that shit's crazy.
And I need to look up how much T2 made, because that shit is a classic. And I know that shit is continually making money.
Yeah. And mind you, people are like, oh, they didn't make any. Avatar 2 didn't make as much as Avatar 1.
So
understand this: Avatar 2 made $2.3 billion with its first run. Avatar 1 came out like 4 times in the theaters, bro.
Word.
That shit kept coming out. I'm like, yo, bro, I already seen this movie. And then if you really re-release a movie to the theaters, that adds on to the box office. It doesn't reset.
Yep,
it just adds on.
Mm-hmm.
So what they're gonna do? James Cameron's gonna, yo, you know what? Guess what, guys? I got an extended cut of this movie. That's 5 hours. and makes another $50-60 million.
What? Avengers beat us by a couple hundred? All right. Throw that shit out again.
Yo, for real, yo. Infinity War did that shit, bro. They was like, yo, we need to make this extra $10 million. Let's re-release and show a deleted scene at the end. Unfinished shit with the Hulk.
An extra 5 seconds. Do it.
That was the ultimate honey dip. But guess what? They made the money.
Crazy.
That shit was crazy. I'm like, yo, really? Marvel really did that shit? They really wanted to go for that number 1 spot, number 2 spot. But anyways, man, that's
Russo's gave him the tweet though. They gave him the alley-oop. It's your turn. Go ahead and take it.
Yeah.
They just gave Endgame and Infinity War extra chance to make some more money. That's all it was. Disney out here wilding.
Yeah, man. And think about that shit. Like, that movie made so much money, right? 1 out of the 4 people on this panel seen the fucking movie.
Yep.
Like, I still have not seen this movie.
Me neither.
That shit is crazy, man.
And you said 2.3 million?
$2.3 million. First run.
Crazy.
No second run. You know he's cooking up a second run right now. He's cooking up an extended cut.
Hell yeah.
And you know what?
A second run and then a third run right before the third one comes out.
And I'm kind of glad, because if they do come out with the extended cut, I'll go see that movie. And for me, that'll be my first cut. That'll be the first cut. I wouldn't remember anything before that.
Right? And it'll probably be better. I'm with you, guys.
So, moving on to same kind of like, Disney Marvel shit. Deadpool is filming in April 1st, and Hugh Jackman, I don't know, this guy, like, these older like actors and shit, they don't care about like the MCU sniper bots. They be talking. They be spoiling shit.
What you gonna do? Fire me?
And Hugh Jackman said that he's playing multiple versions of
at least 3. I heard.
I was like, holy shit. He's like, yeah, I'm playing multiple versions. I'm like, oh man,
let's get it.
Kevin Feige is pulling out whatever hairs he has left.
Yep.
He's like, yo, I can't control these motherfuckers. I can't. Like, if you're gonna put anybody like older, like, they don't give a fuck. Like, Patrick Stewart will fucking tell your whole plot.
Word.
Like, yeah. Like, yeah, I'm in Multiverse of Madness, and this is like a movie's not coming out for another year. Oh, word, we getting Professor X? Oh fuck.
And my homeboy was happy for me, but he said he gonna come back and we got something cooking. So we got Professor X, Magneto, and at least 3 versions of Wolverine. Let's get it.
Yep. That shit is wild. What else we have? So I mean, if for this is for the audience. I know if you guys have been watching our shorts, we've been kind of like throwing out movie news and shit. So I know we brought this up in one of the reels. So Steven Yeun is gonna be in the MCU. We don't know exactly what character he's gonna be, but a lot of people are speculating he's Sentry. And it's crazy because like people in the world are so racist and shit. Because they automatically will say, "Oh shit, he's in it," and they'll just pick out Asian characters.
Yep.
I'm like, yo, bro, like that's not like necessarily what's gonna like. He could be anybody. He could be anybody. But Sentry's gonna be dope, man. Because I'm hearing that he's gonna be created by the folks by what was that chick's name? Dreyfus. Yeah, Val.
Valentina.
So she's gonna create some individual, and this person is gonna be like, he might be their version of Captain America, but then loses his shit, like fucking goes crazy, goes fucking crazy, and then she needs to find a team to eliminate him because he's uncontrollable and shit. That sounds crazy.
I think this is gonna be like the beginnings of the weapons program, like the weapon where we get Wolverine from Weapon X and Deadpool and all that. I think this will be the intro of the actual weapons program, because obviously from everybody we already know Harrison Ford is being cast as is being recast as General Ross, and from leaks and everything we can assume he's gonna end up being president. So I think, this is the beginning of the actual.
Do you think Val's gonna be like the MCU version of Stryker?
I think she's going to be Madam Hydra, but yes, in that same vein of what you're talking about. Yeah, I think she's gonna be our avatar for Stryker. But yeah, I think she's gonna be Madam Hydra.
Imagine you see like, you know, when they creating this individual and shit, when creating Sentry, you see like adamantium or some shit from like, because if they
from Tiamat.
Yeah, so if you bring a Tiamat saying that he's made out of straight freaking adamantium, then
that's what she turned him into.
Yeah, man, I don't know. It sounds like really good ideas because this is like a lot of like it's theories.
Yeah, we're throwing it out there.
But like, if this doesn't happen, bro, like I got to just fumble the bag.
I'm gonna be tight because we giving y'all everything. If y'all not already doing it, we giving y'all everything right now. So it's like, come on, it's right there.
Yeah, so that'd be cool, man, to see him. That'd be cool to see him as Sentry.
Yeah,
I know a lot of people want to see like Henry Cavill as Sentry, but like, nah, because
I want him as Hyperion.
Yeah, but again, it's like, you know, you put him as Hyperion, it's automatic like it's a Superman-esque character, right? And you know, you could give him something else, something that has like a little more kind of longevity as far as like being on the
Superman. I think you could give him longevity though, because you could bring him in as yes, it's Superman-esque, but yeah, it's like, okay, yeah, my planet was destroyed and I came here and I'm what everybody should look to hope to. It's like that Superman ploy though. If anybody knows the story, it's like that ploy. But then you find out that this nigga actually destroyed his whole planet because of the fact that they wouldn't praise him as a god type shit. So it's like, yeah, then you get the turn as a villain and this like, who's gonna stop him? I think you can have longevity with him as that character.
Me personally, I'll pick him for Doom.
Y'all might be mad at me, but I do want my boy Kylo Ren. I do want him as Doom though.
Kylo ears?
Huh?
Kylo ears? He can't fit his fucking ears through the fucking mask, bro.
You can't even. You ain't gotta show his face that much, bro. Listen, like that. At the end of the day, you show who he is, and then you throw the mask on. But at the end of the day, like I just think he can pull off that character without the restraints of like the Kylo Ren situation of like him being an emo, like teenage, like just whiny child. I think he can pull off that real menacing and the problem of the entire MCU, but at the same time help us when we need him to. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I like him as that character. That's just me. People don't have to agree, but I like him.
No, that's true. I mean, I get it, but like I can't see it. Adam Driver as
you can't see it at all.
I cannot see it. His voice, his
all
voice
right.
wouldn't match up, and it's like you're putting another mask on this guy. I don't know, man. It's too reminiscent of Kylo Ren, and even though Kylo Ren was a dope character,
give him better material.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
This dude's an A-class character though. Like, I mean, character actor. Like, I mean, can you agree with me that you don't think if you give him solid material, he could pull it off?
Yeah.
Or at least just take the restraints off and give him the chance to like improv and do whatever he wants or whatever he feels in the moment. Like, you don't think he can pull off a good Doom?
Yeah, he's a professional. I would say he could do it, right? But he could get somebody like Henry, right? Like Henry, he has like when he plays villainous, is menacing, and he can. And I don't know, man. I mean, to be honest, man. I just want the casting to already be like announced, so we can be done with this shit.
So we could be over, right?
Like, all right, cool. Let's look forward to this actor. But me, I don't know. Adam Driver, I don't know. I think he's a really solid actor. Just I don't know. I thought watching like that movie with that what was that movie?
White Noise.
White Noise, that threw me off, bro.
Really? You know,
it just threw me off, man. He's a good actor, man. I was excited for the whole Kylo Ren. I think he did a good job. But he, like you said, he was kind of like a whiny fucking 10-year-old.
Yeah. But and that's what I'm saying. I still saw things to this day. Like that's what has me mad is I feel like he was restrained. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like if you didn't restrain him, we could have got a very good predecessor to Vader in these sequels. But again, I'm not gonna go into all of that because we all have our problems with those movies. But that's my issue. Not my issue, but that's my point. Is I feel like taking that away, the elements of that show me that I think he could pull off a very good Doom. But again, I would have to see who they choose first, because it's like you said, already just announce it, because then we could say, all right, I feel like my pick was better, or maybe not. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is.
Yeah, they need to get us excited about these casting. Like with the whole Hall H situation, like we used to get excited. Like Mahershala Ali was announced in fucking 2019.
That shit feels like 10 years ago.
And we still don't have a project with him. All we have is his voice in internals. Like, right, we just have a post credit of his voice. All right, we know how Blade's gonna sound like, but I haven't seen Blade, right? So like, I want to see like people like the fact that we didn't even know that Charlize Theron was playing any character in the MCU. We get to see her before we saw Blade.
Yeah.
So give us these casting news, man. Just hurry up and talk about who's gonna play Reed Richards, Sue Storm, Wolverine. The guy from what's that shit? Egan Tarrant. What's his name? Taron
Egerton.
Taron Egerton. There was a interview that happened like sometime last week, and they asked him about the whole Wolverine stuff. Like, do you know about this Wolverine role that you go for? He's like, yeah, they already. He let it slip. He was like, yeah, they already have someone. Like, no, it's not me. They already have someone. Like, oh shit.
Damn.
I don't know if he meant Hugh Jackman, but I don't think he meant Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, right.
Hugh Jackman, because we all know Hugh Jackman is Wolverine. He said, no, they found. He said, nah, they already found someone. That he said that search is over. Yo, these motherfuckers are going crazy, man. Yo, fucking the writer from Quantumania was talking about Kang Dynasty and his fucking his script. It's like, yeah, it's gonna be crazy. We got Jonathan Majors, we got Florence Pugh. I'm like, yo, wait, what's going on? Saying too much.
My man, he also said we getting bodies. Kang is bodying people in this. So,
man, I hope so. I'm tired of this whole off-screen fucking menacing motherfuckers. I need to see, and that I brought up in the chat like the other day. Like, it would have been cool to get a payoff. Like, yeah, like I killed these Avengers. You could have showed us like him disintegrating these fucking. Like, you didn't have to show their faces. It could have been Thor's like his back getting fucking disintegrated. Like, that would have been dope to see. And then you would see like he's fucking like all it is right now has been talk. Like, this guy is the meanest, greatest. He's the craziest. But all we hear is talk. There's no action. And it would have been dope to see that shit. It would have been dope for him to kill Thor and then take his fucking hammer, right? That would have been fucking crazy, right? That would have been like he just because he has like a museum of fucking of different weapons. He has Thor's hammer. He has fucking Steve Rogers.
Got Tony's helmet.
Yeah, Tony. Yeah, like he has.
He Who Remains had Tony's helmet.
Yeah. But they have like he has like a whole like collection of his murders. He has a whole treasure trove of shit, yo. I don't fucking know, man. we could talk about this shit all fucking day. You know, this is episode 126, and I'm sure in 126 episodes we've been talking about this fucking casting. I think we've been talking about Fantastic Four casting news since like the early fucking 50s of this fucking program. So hopefully we get something, guys. That'd be nice. What else? So yeah, Batman 2 is Batman 2 is gonna film the end of this year. That's happening. So I guess the moment, I'm assuming if they're filming the Penguin now, which is gonna be directed by the same director from Batman 1, his name Matt Reeves. So Matt Reeves is directing the Penguin. So I'm assuming that after he's done with Penguin, he's going straight into Batman 2. And that's gonna be starting filming this end of this year. What else here? A lot of people are talking shit about Shazam 2, and it's not gonna make no money. It's gonna, it's the director's pretty much saying to the fans like, hey, listen, if you want to see more, it's up to y'all. Because if no one sees this movie, like, they're not gonna continue with Shazam.
Mm-hmm.
And that sucks for a director having to do that.
Right.
Because like it takes the joy out of it, right? And watching more of these episodes, more of these trailers for Shazam, I'm like, oh, I'm starting to like it more. So I'm interested in seeing it. I'm not sure if I'm gonna see it the day of. It might be a weekend thing, a weekend matinee situation, but I'm looking forward to seeing it. I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna add on to that box office number, weekend box office number. It's funny. I was watching earlier today. I was watching Shang-Chi again.
Such a good movie.
It's such a good fucking movie, man. The CGI was good. Everything was like, it's like this. It was a good movie. It was like a good watch. And then if you think about it, like watching it now and watching how the rings like interact, it's very reminiscent of what Kang has been using. So it's like, oh shit. So just imagine him getting those rings back or getting the bangle back is gonna just add on, because they're making Kang more of like of a tech guy, not more like him having powers and he just fucking teched out. And if that's part of his tech, then shit.
It makes sense. A lot of the stuff they've been doing with the MCU they've been taking a lot of like fantastical elements out of the comic books and really like narrowing everything down to like science and tech based. And we have quotes from like Thor where like, yeah, you call it magic, but we just call it science. It's just stuff you don't understand yet. So it makes sense for Kang being a individual that was born in like 31st century, for him to be tech based, because going back to Ramatut, which is basically his first iteration, that's what it was. It was just him taking tech, futuristic tech, going back into primitive times or times before, and basically just showing his dominance in, as far as tech, and people looking at him as far as a god or a superhero, supervillain, whatever aspect. This is where the villains come. The variants of him come from. It's like, depends on what timeline he's in and how people look at things. So it makes sense.
Yeah. Well, going back into Blade, Jonathan Majors might be fucking Dracula. The way they're fucking getting these fucking these villains. Yo, I could imagine his contract. When he signed his contract, I could imagine like they say like it's a 5-movie deal. His shit must say like 10, 15 movie deal. And he's like, fuck it, I'll take it.
They probably just gave him a timeline. They're like, all right, it's this number of years, and we could just call you whenever we need you. Like, you need to be available.
Like, hey, listen, I'm gonna give you a role, but this is different from every other role. You're gonna be a villain in every fucking movie in Phase 5 and 6. Oh, word?
And it's unprecedented, so his paycheck is probably unprecedented as well.
Yeah, and think about it. Like all these, like this role was given to him before he got like crazy hot, right?
Yep.
Like we knew about him since like those old, like the HBO show
Lovecraft Country.
But like he got real hot. Like I would say this year. Like this year, like a lot of talk. But I think
I seen it happening. From then. I seen it happening. This dude is phenomenal.
Yep, my man Tick.
Word.
A lot of people's upset, like, oh, they never got a second season. I'm like, bro, did you watch the first season? Like, it closed it out.
it was done well. That's
well.
just being greedy. It's just being greedy. I wanted a second season too, and the creator, like, she let loose what she was going into or what she had planned, and HBO ain't want it. At the end of the day, I ain't gonna go into it, but basically, it would have been all the black and brown people controlling magic instead of the white tea people, and that's basically what it was. So, yeah, it's us being greedy. I would have loved that too, but at the end of the day, yes, like you said, that season ended off perfectly.
Even like when you watch Watchmen, that show closed out perfectly. Like you didn't know if she became, like you just don't know.
Same thing happened with that one too.
Yeah, like you didn't know. You just saw like the blue tinge. You're like, oh shit, she fucking got it. But that was it. Like, me personally, I would have been like, oh, that would have been nice to see Regina King as the character, like see it, like like there in my face. But like, no, it was fine the way it closed off. That show was really fucking good.
Yeah, man.
Watchmen was really fun. And I am a fan of Watchmen, like the Zack Snyder version. That's a comic book movie. That is comic book. Like
it's a great companion piece. It doesn't retcon or destroy anything previously. It just adds on to it perfectly.
It's almost like a 1-to-1. It's just super information. You get information, action, cinematography, CG. You get all that good shit all in once. And I'm like, yeah. And he's getting that kind of creative control now with Rebel Moon. And I'm glad. He is the director as well as the cinematographer. A lot of people don't normally get that because you have someone else that kind of plan your shots.
Right.
He's all about shots. So him giving the reins of finding the shot that he wants and then film that shot. Every part of that movie, if you press pause, will look like a wallpaper.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a wallpaper. Boom. Beautiful. It's gonna be a beautiful movie.
You're talking about Watchmen, right?
Yeah.
That's one thing that people hated on. But at the end of the day, it's like, isn't that what we all want? Like, for you to pull every panel from a comic book and bring it to life for us. And like, that's what he did. And y'all hating on it? Like, I don't understand what y'all people want, bro.
There was a poll on Twitter talking about like what was the most annoying part of Justice League, the Zack Snyder version. And a lot of people talking about like other shit, like they'll say some dumb shit. My shit was like, what annoyed me the most was Wonder Woman's theme song, and that shit got like mad likes because it was like they overused her theme song. It wasn't even a theme song. It was just like, it was just that.
I love it though. I'm one of those people that got to though. I loved it. That shit got me hyped every time.
It was a pretty hype theme song. Sorry.
It was so much, and then even what was like Connie Nelson's character? What's her name? Wonder Woman's mom. Yeah, I'm fucking. It's slipping. Hippolyta, yeah. The part where she kind of like slides and there's a slow mo shot of her sliding. Yeah. That was like, I like that's too much. But like, hey, listen, whatever. It's his vision, so whatever. But yeah, a lot of people just like throwing like little nitpicks and shit. Oh man, so we're not gonna talk about Mandalorian just yet. So Stinky, you're not leaving. We're gonna make sure we're leaving at the end of the show.
That's okay. I appreciate you holding off.
Yeah, man. I don't want to lose you just yet. But yeah, we're gonna talk about Last of Us, man. So,
hold on, Fresh. Hold on, real quick, bro. Uh-oh. Before you go into like the Last of Us, because that's gonna be a long discussion. Since we're getting past all the like rumors and hot takes and social media shit during the week. Have you not heard that Top G, bro? They said my
Oh
boy
shit!
got
I was gonna bring that up at the very beginning of the show because what reminded me was the intro when they showed the Top G.
yeah.
I was like, oh man, I don't know if I want to bring this up because he's a very polarizing character, right?
Right. I
And
feel like we got to, bro. I
Yeah.
feel like we got to.
yeah, so okay, so before we get into Last of Us, so news came out yesterday, and it started off as a rumor that Andrew Tate has cancer. He has lung cancer, and so as you guys know, he's in jail, and he's pending an investigation. Pretty much, they're holding him without they said they have like some kind of like tangible evidence, but like there's no real evidence. They're just holding him. They're just using the law to keep holding him every 90 days. And so somebody came up and said they pulled out like a report, and it says that he has cancer. Like there's a prognosis that he's had it before he went to jail, right? That he's been getting treated.
He went in, yeah.
He's been treating it, and they said that, hey, listen, if it goes untreated, it could be fatal. So I was like, damn, this fucked up. Like I don't believe it. But then his right hand person, the person that handles all his social media, all that kind of shit, was like, hey, this is true. He has cancer. He's like, I've been taking him on. I've been taking him to the doctors, to and from when we was in Dubai for treatments and shit. I'm like, damn, bro, that's fucked up. But they got him in fucking lock. They locked him up, and he's suffering from this shit. And I'm not sure if they're giving any kind of like treatment. But yeah, he has lung cancer. We don't know exactly what stage it is, but it's definitely something that he needs to be like,
It's like he has a tumor, and it's like in three different. It's like he has like three different situations in three different spots. It's crazy, bro. Like lung cancer, it's like lung, throat, and like some extra. It's crazy.
And what's crazy is like people online are celebrating this news. They're saying
just like
good,
they did with
what it was.
Yo,
And I'm like, hey, listen. At the end of the day, regardless of who it is, if it's
human being,
if it's Epstein, all these horrible people, like that movie producer Weinstein. Listen, the court of public opinion has already labeled him as guilty, regardless of what evidence was out.
Right.
Like, give this man his day in court before we decide to label someone on what they did, right? So I'm not gonna say him like, fuck him, fuck that, fuck this. Even though like the charges are pretty like heavy, and the charges that are being given to him, I don't really like. I'm not for. Like, if he's like trafficking fucking girls, fuck that guy. I don't wish death on him. I just like, as far as the court of public opinion, fuck him. Like he should go to jail, right? But like, at least in jail, be treated for whatever he's going through, right? But people online, man, they just talk their shit, man. Like, Twitter's always gonna tweet. There's always gonna be some shit. So like, people always gonna talk shit.
Tweet.
Yeah, man. So yeah, it was sad news to hear. Hopefully everything is kind of squared away. I heard he got denied again, so he'll be in jail for another 90 days. And I think the longest they can hold them, Romanian court can only hold someone, and which is crazy, is 180 days. That's the most amount of time they can hold somebody without charging them, because he's not charged. Like us here in America, right? We get locked up. We have no charges pending. We have charges pending, but we don't. We can get bailed out, and then you can be home while you're on bail. There's nothing that he's not getting that option. So, because I'm sure he'll bail out and get the fuck out of Romania.
Fucking six months, bro. They allowed to hold you for 6 months with no charges like that. That's insane. Yeah, that's insane.
Because there's really no information. Like, there's nothing like out there saying we're just getting information, secondhand information. Like, yeah, he has drug trafficking, sex trafficking, whatever it is. But we don't know for sure what's happening.
Right.
Their justice system is way different from ours. So we can fucking go online and we could print out public records and see exactly what he's being charged with. them is a little bit different. Like they just
and a lot of these labels, like we have sex trafficking and things like. Again, I'm not sticking up for nobody, but at the same time, it's like a lot of things that people, if you don't understand the law, like a lot of things that people do that they might feel as normal or average or whatever in everyday society, like can be labeled as certain things in law that might carry a lot more weight than you would expect it to in the average everyday life. So it's like, yeah, you can call him a sex trafficker. And again, like we use that label and it's like, yo, that's crazy. But again, it's like a lot of us that know the situation, it's like, yeah, you could technically label it that, but like it's not really sex trafficking when you really think about what the label is as far as what people automatically jump to as the extreme of what that label actually means. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. But yeah, hopefully he gets the treatment he needs to kind of like survive and fight through whatever legal battles he's going through. Yeah.
Come on, Top G having cancer.
Yeah, man.
So we'll find out. I mean, I'm sure more information will come up, and I mean, once it does, we'll talk about it the week of.
When they're gonna charge him with something? That's my question.
Yeah, they haven't charged. They haven't charged him with anything yet.
All these days, they haven't charged him with nothing yet. Yo, they ain't got no case. Let that nigga go.
Yeah.
That's for the noise I'm making.
Yeah, man. Let's get into it. Let's get into Last of Us. Last week, you know, I talked about it. I talked about how, you know, I may not like this episode because this was something that was like part of like DLC that I really didn't care too much about. If you guys played Last of Us season the first game, this portion, this show, this episode was something that was put on after the game already came out, and playing that kind of situation, her in the mall, was kind of like annoying to me. Like I was a Joel character. I needed Joel to be around. I hated playing. It was almost like playing as Abby. So I was like, I may not like this episode. No, I did. I love this episode. I guess it was because of the actresses that's in the show. Like, I don't know her real name. I know it's Storm something.
One
Reed.
Yeah. She's great.
Yep.
Like she drew me in more than the game did, as far as playing that part. So I was like, this is good. And even the whole like, it was a short episode, but it was like, damn, man, this is great. And it kind of knew what was gonna happen. I was like, damn, man, I really hope this is like not. You start to think about the previous episodes. It's like, yeah, this is not my first time killing someone.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, this is the callback to that.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, this is the first person she had to kill, right? I mean, they didn't show it,
right?
But you already know, like you just put it together. Like she
Yeah,
turned,
they to turn together. She doesn't turn. She turned yet.
Right.
That was a sad situation, and that was all like, it was almost on par with like episode 3. Like, you know, like I'm not gonna, you know, unsubscribe you, and not unsubscribe myself. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
But the thing is, like, what's true is like without her, we didn't ever know if she was immune or not, because she would have she would have like you said, unsubscribed herself. So what if the girl saying no, we should keep our subscriptions, see what happens, you know.
Yeah, this is exclusive. I don't think I've heard anyone say subscribe. Unsubscribe.
Nah, this is the first time. Pen that down. This is the first time right here on Untitled Podcast.
So you know, the fact that they said that we should keep our subscriptions, you know, and see when subscription runs out, it makes sense. That's how we find out, you know, she's immune. So we gotta thank Riley for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Yeah, I was gonna run a poll, but we don't have enough followers on Twitter, so I didn't want to stick with a poll that had nothing %. Or just us reporting. But I was wondering, like, if we had a choice, right, to either become Fedra, a Firefly, or a collaborator, who like what group of people will be in? And what would you choose to be? Like, would you be Fedra? Would you be a Firefly, or would you be a collaborator?
That's a shitty situation.
It is a shitty situation, but like, what would you be? Because I mean, if you based in this time, like you have to either be a civilian, which this is not part of the poll, but just the three big entities. What would you pick?
I think I believe, just like in real life, I think it depends on whatever our situations are and what environments we come from is what we're gonna end up choosing. You know what I'm saying? I wholeheartedly feel that, because like if we take ourselves out of it, like we're playing a video game and we just look like we're legitimately in that life, in that environment, I think it really depends on where you come from. Because a lot of these situations, I mean, the main theme of this show, right, is love, and how love is, you know, normally we look at love as a hopeful thing, and that's what usually pulls people through and like gets us to a progressive ending. But in this show, like, love is pretty much showing how it can take you into making the wrong decisions, and how it can take people into the wrong environment. So I really think that's what it depends on. But if we're just looking at it from a video game standpoint, what I want to look for, I think I will probably be in Fedra, probably, because it's like we got utilities, right?
That was the longest.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, because it's real life, right? It's real life. Like, we all look at the government like they're oppressive, right? But if we get put in certain situations, like Henry in the last episode, like, yo, my son, my little brother / son, automatically like out of nowhere randomly has leukemia. It's like, who has the meds? We ain't got doctors out here like this, and it's like, yo, at the end of the day, like, it's resources, and it's like, to look for the most comfortable life. And I'm mad I don't remember his name, but I like this actor also, the Asian dude that played the superior. It's like, listen, you play your cards right, you end up being an agent, and you live a good life. You be hot in the winter, cold in summer. It's like, yo, just play your part, and you end up living good, you and your family, and everything's all right. So it really depends on the situation, I feel like. But I'll be done then. Y'all take it from here.
My shit, I'll be a collaborator, bro. I will be a collaborator because it's like equal opportunity, right? Like, if we all gonna die one way or the other, right? We're gonna either get bit or get shot, executed. I'd rather just be a collaborator and work on my own personal, like, what I can get out of situations.
I ain't working with no snitch.
I'll be a fucking zombie snitch. Like, nah, bro. These motherfuckers.
Joe said, I ain't working with no snitch.
Yo, he was so disgusted. It's like, I don't work with rats. I'll do it, man. And those people kind of like live long. I mean, they don't when they get caught, they're dead. But like, they normally, riding it out for the most part, because they don't really know. Like, it's almost like a secret identity at this point in time. So as long as you play your cards right, you live comfortably on both sides. I wouldn't be no fucking Firefly. It sounds like a quote for me, but yeah. What about you, Soul?
Good question. See, I was thinking Fedra, but I'm just like, yo, can I just live the rest of my life in peace? So probably just a civilian.
Nah, that's not part of the poll, man. That's too easy. I'll be a
civilian.
I
thought that was one of the things.
The poll, bro.
Nah, it's Fedra, Firefly, or collaborator.
Or collaborator, bro. Snitch. Rat. What you doing? You gotta pick. Uh-oh. This is about to be another short. Go, bro. Shit, I know I took long, but I gave an answer, though. Like, come on, cuz.
I know too long about giving an answer.
I guess I'd have to go with Firefly.
Okay, all right. Any reason why? Any context behind that?
They seem to just, have their freedom. They're just going behind federal and shit, and they're establishing their own camps elsewhere out of federal rule. So, and it seemed to be peaceful enough.
You living in paranoia though. It's not
That's
peaceful.
fine. So is Fedra. Fedra's living in paranoia too that they're gonna get hit up by these fireflies, or be overcome by a whole bunch of,
Civilians,
well, civilians, but also
Revolution.
fighters.
Revolution.
That's true. That was a good one.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. I'm like, yeah, for fireflies, they being hunted because a lot of them get tattoos, a little firefly.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, I wouldn't be. They look dirty. They all look like they haven't bathed in months. You know what I mean? Like they don't look happy. They're hungry. Their stomach, they got ribs showing. I mean, yeah, but hey, cool. Firefly. So you got Fedra down here, collaborator here, Firefly. I'm looking forward to knowing what Red is.
Oh shit, Red was good, Red.
I think I'll go with Fedra. But I'll be the Fedra like the way that this girl was talking about. Like I'll be trying to do changes within the system, like treating the people better than how they were being treated before. Like I'll try to get myself to be in the highest position of power so I can fix this stuff that's going on. That way Fedra's not as much of a tyrant as they were in the game. That'll be me though. That'll be my goal in Fedra while I'm in there.
Just being a good cop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I ain't soft. So don't. I'm a nice guy, but don't push me. That's not shit. Same way I treat the thieves when they come in Best Buy. You got a shop, but or leave. Don't test me, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, for those that's watching us, or they're gonna watch us in the replay, comment on this. Let us know what house you will be in.
What up? Who you riding with?
Who you rocking with, man? You rocking with Fedra? Collaborators?
Now, mind you not let you be a regular citizen. You gotta be a collaborator. You gotta be a snitch.
Yeah, word.
Yeah.
No easy shit.
Oh man, so going back to this episode, man, this was a hard one to watch because kind of like bracing for the part to happen, and it happens, right? But it's like she has a good time. Like it was like this person has never seen like fucking escalators. This is the first time seeing escalators. Like, what is this?
Word.
It's like stairs that go down. Like she's never seen none of this stuff. She got to play Mortal Kombat. That she got to do all these things that she's always like just read in the books, and she was able to see this. Like it was cool, man. But at the same time, I'm like, damn,
Did you pick the Easter egg too?
The which one?
The Easter egg. So you gotta play Last of Us too. So like when the escalator came on and they started playing Aha Take On Me, which is the song she plays on the guitar where she's singing to her girlfriend Dina.
Oh, I didn't even peep that.
So yeah, they played Take On Me while she was on the escalator.
Damn, that's crazy.
It's a little Easter egg.
There's a lot of one-to-one shit for the game. Like even the photo booth situation, that was all one-to-one. I'm like, this is nice, man.
Yeah.
And we got like 2 episodes left, man. I'm sad. I'm like, I'm not ready for this show to be over, man.
Word, man.
I'm kind of sad too because then, like, when the season's over, I know what's gonna happen next season, and I'm just like, yo, I don't want to see this shit.
Word.
Pascal said that the last episode is gonna be super controversial. I'm like, oh man, cliffhanger. This is gonna be the cliffhanger. This is gonna be why we want to watch season 2.
Fuck.
And I hope this is not what Joel dies.
Yeah, man.
Because if this is gonna be the one that they're gonna like,
I'm done.
Because it has to be a cliffhanger. It's gonna be an oh shit moment, right? The only thing you can think of oh shit is him getting his fucking brains beat out.
Nah.
But I don't think he did because I don't think they cast Abby yet. I don't think there's nothing. There's nothing that said that person got cast as Abby. But.
And they can't. There's still like a whole section of the game where we got to meet the people that's going into the next episode. Like, I
They
don't think
can't-
they're gonna jump all of that in 2
Yeah.
episodes.
I don't think anything's happening to him or Ellie in the next episode.
Yeah.
I think maybe the controversy is gonna come between like a decision that was made for like Ellie's life. Like how it was controversial at the end of the first game when he saves her and then he lies to her and said, "Oh, they had other people, they didn't need you," or something like that. Maybe that's a controversy. Maybe they're gonna take that lie and put it on a grander scale or something like that. Or
Yeah.
I don't know, but like
I hope so too, man. I hope so too. I'm too paranoid.
the Abby thing is too soon to like because when Ellie's in the hospital to get the surgery, Abby's still like a little girl and she don't have all those big muscles yet and all that. She's not like the big diesel Abby that beats Joel's brain and then later on. So he got a few years before that happened to him.
I mean, if they happen to do a time jump, like the last 10 minutes to be a time jump, like right after.
Nah.
And like Tommy's talking to her, like you may not see the whole death of Joel, but like the whole like her.
I would even watch season 2 if they did that, bro. Like I'll be there. I'll be done.
Me neither.
Yeah, because to bring Pascal back just for like one episode, I mean, I was like, oh shit, 1 or 2, depending on how they want to stretch it. It could be 2.
They did that in Game of Thrones. Before he got his head squished in.
That was a terrible one right there, man. He could have killed him. He could have. Yeah, my man was
had it.
dancing around.
My man was over there dancing and talking about saying their name. No, just kill him, man. You don't gotta say their name. He's down.
Man, my man was just spitting out teeth. He was choking on his own teeth.
What's his whole teeth out? He saw his teeth cracking on the floor like shit.
Oh, man, the mountain, bro. Yeah, man, this episode was good, man. It was solid, man. It was solid. I mean, there's not a lot of like story, because it was just like setups and
one
interaction.
Big
it was not like.
But they did a scene that wasn't in the game either. Like the conversation between, Joel and Ellie. Like with him telling her to leave him and like go back to Tommy. Like we didn't get that in the game. Then the game it cuts to like her like what the matter of fact it just cuts to
when she hunts for the rabbits.
When she hunts for the deer. Yeah. And then even then they changed that because she hunted the deer with a bow and arrow. She wasn't using a gun. But I guess they didn't want Bella Ramsey had time to learn how to shoot a bow and arrow. She's like, fuck that, give me a gun. We're gonna hunt that deer with a gun.
Yeah. That was definitely something new that was not in the game.
Yeah.
But that's like little things like that, kind of like give it that connective tissue that that just helps the story
progress.
Yeah. But as far as like storytelling, this is more like just setup for the next episode. But yeah, man, for me this is like I would say a 4.5 for me. How about you guys?
For me, I give it a 5, and I ain't find no problem with it.
Fresh Prince?
I gave it a solid 4. I felt like I was into it. It was a solid episode. I just wasn't excited the whole way through. But solid 4. I was excited through the whole thing. I'm excited for what's coming on.
It was definitely a filler. It was a filler episode, 100%. So Brick.
Yep, 4.5. Just the 0.5 off because again, it was a filler episode, so there was really no progression to the story. But having that insight into Ellie's backstory was pretty good.
Yeah, it was keeping up with the episodes because it was just like you said, it really didn't progress. It just gave you a little more depth into the character of Ellie. But as far as like progression, it didn't really do it. It just brought us back. It just because we was kind of like on a snowball effect, and this episode kind of like held it back a little bit. All right, cool. Take it easy. We'll get back into it next episode. But it was and I know like hearing the word filler just sounds like a negative. Sometimes it is, but this was like it was not. It was just a story that I was like, all right, cool. I'm ready to see the next episode. Like I wasn't super like invested, but it was good. It was better than the DLC. It was way better than the DLC. I can tell you that.
Well, clearly I'm the lone person because I found I was invested in it. I really liked it. It was deep, and then like it's crazy how they showed us. You know, she found love, and then it was like ripped away from her like within seconds, like of her finding it. It's like that shit, like it hit me hard. Like damn, that fucking sucks. Right when you found your person, like you was always curious if like she felt the same way about you, and you find out y'all shared mutual feelings. She was gonna stay with you. She was gonna leave the Fireflies and stay with you. You found love, like you found a connection, and dang, it got ripped away just like that, bro. That shit hit me. I don't know. I guess I connected with this episode a little more, even though like y'all said, it was like a flashback episode, but I don't know. I connected with it. That's why I gave it a 5. But
yeah,
I didn't feel like there was nothing else needed to be added or anything to it. It did a good bridge between this last episode, and the next episode, and it did a good job of telling the flashback story. So I give it a 5.
Yeah. Don't worry, Ellie. You will find love again. Dina's around the corner.
No, really? That bitch left.
Oh man,
she left too. She took the kid and everything. She went to the house
because she was wilding, bro.
She's having PTSD. This is why you just going off the bitch like you should just off the like the way you would. This whole I don't know. I don't know if I should do it. I'm gonna sit home and try to be a family. You lying to yourself. You lying to yourself, man. You can't watch somebody get their brains beat in and just let the person walk around alive. And come on now.
Yeah, I'm really thinking like they're gonna have to like recast her. There's no way I could see her be
20. You know what's funny? She's 20 now, playing a 14-year-old. So like she's actually the age that Ellie is in The Last of Us 2 right now, playing her 14-year-old self.
Yeah, but she's built like a 16-year-old.
She's built like a little kid.
Yeah, so it's like to see her to play like a parent. Maybe shit. Who knows? These actors, you feed the correct lines, you will never notice. They could just age her up real quick.
It's weird. Even like when I see like her real person, like I say, yo, it still looks like a little fucking kid, bro. Like you're a grown adult. It's crazy.
She looks exactly identical to Game of Thrones, and I know that she's not. Right? If you go see it, like she looks younger, but like no, she has the same face. Like she didn't really grow like her face. I mean, nothing wrong with that. That's good. That means she'll age well.
I don't know. She's white. They age pretty bad sometimes. I don't know, man. It's like their 20s, they style and profile, and then when they get to their 30s, it's like a steep cliff. It's like some of them could be going parallel, or some of them just go.
I was just waiting for us to go left real quick. I was like, hey, we haven't got there yet. So there we go. Black don't crack.
Listen, man, it don't crack. We don't crack unless you take crack. That's when it cracks. But other than that, it don't crack and we stay healthy.
Oh man, yeah. So all right. So this is gonna be the topic where we may lose a person on our panel. We're gonna be talking about the Mandalorian, and I know that Soulbrick hasn't seen it, and this is gonna be our final topic of the day.
I'm gonna go watch it. I'm gonna watch it right now.
Go ahead and go watch it. I mean, we may not still be live, but just if you are live, just jump back in. If not, get in the chat. But go ahead and watch this show so we can talk about it next week.
It's gonna be every episode thing now. We're just gonna leave it there and watch it while we talk about it.
Wow.
I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it go.
All right.
I'm gonna go. Enjoy your chat. I'm gonna go watch it right now.
All right, bro. Take it easy.
All right. Later.
Remember the when I roasted Don for when he missed watching I forgot what show it was.
I forgot too, and it was funny because he was my roommate at the time, and he tried to come up with some excuse, and I shouted him out. I was like, "Bro, I'm in the next room. We ain't do shit today."
It was definitely Cobra Kai.
Yeah, it was Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai.
You know how Dallas could have watched it. He was already playing Dusty. I saw it.
He was so mad too. He was like, "I've been watching Cobra Kai." So
Yeah,
it was on YouTube.
He was gatekeeping it. Yo, he was gatekeeping it.
Oh man!
Couldn't tell him anything, man. That shit was funny. But yeah,
you had that clip. Right?
You guys
did that clip too, right?
Yeah, I have it. I'll play it later.
That shit was funny.
All right, bro.
I'll talk to you guys later.
We had the cat face. We had a cat face on the side. We had a screaming woman face.
That shit had me dying though. That was a funny ass fucking. That day was hilarious. He was like, "Yo, don't tell me." He was so mad. I'm trying to look for this shit because I know I'm like, damn, we post a lot on this fucking channel on this.
Because the funny thing is, as it's going on, you see him get you see the temperature rising, like he's getting hot. He's getting hot. You see him get hot, and he's about to just snap. He said, "Don't tell me." I've been watching Cobra Kai before all of y'all. Oh man.
Yeah, I think is it shit. Can't find it. I'm sure I'll find it before we end today's episode. If not, then I'll just repost it on our Instagram. I'm not sure if it was on my shit or Untitled shit. Let's see now. Anyways, so we're gonna go into this Mandalorian talk. Whew. Mando is back. I was so excited when this shit dropped on Disney Plus. I was like, thank God. But when I looked at the time, I was like, oh my God, it's not enough time. I know it was like 10 minutes of fucking straight fucking credits. So I'm like, this show is really like 25 minutes. I don't know. I felt like for me, the beginning part I thought was a flashback.
I was watching him as a kid.
Yeah, I was watching him like he's being inducted and all that kind of shit. And I'm like, oh shit, like I thought he was gonna save the day, right? Be this young gangster kid. Then you see the fucking ship come. I'm like, oh shit, this is not even about him. That was crazy. That the way he pulled up was like, I was in like, you know what? To thank you. Like, all right, cool, whatever.
He's outcast.
Get out here, you apostle.
He's outcast. Yeah. You are not a Mandalorian.
Y'all would have all been dead, bro.
Especially her ass. That shit was coming after her when he shot it.
Nah, that shit was crazy, bro. That was it was a dope episode. And it's
my question was, the hell they find all these other Mandalorians? Because shit, I remember a lot of them dying during a big fight.
Yeah.
In the previous season. So I was like, where the hell all these other Mandalorians come from?
Well, Jon Favreau's characters in that shit still. Mm-hmm. What's his name? He was a blue one, right?
I think it's
Pax. Yeah,
I think it's Pax.
Yeah,
he's the one that had a big Gatling gun. That was like,
yep. Yeah, that guy's he can't fucking miss, man. This show is just so fucking good, yo. And when I was watching this shit and I saw fucking Grogu, and I love the fucking when they do hyperspace and the person's looking around and you see the hyperspace going around. I love that shit. I love those scenes. Then we saw the fucking silhouettes of the fucking whales and shit.
Yeah, the space whales, man.
I'm like, yo, all right, I know who's getting Ezra, but now they letting you know, like, he's here. Like, that's his transportation. That's hyperspeed naturally.
That's his boys right there, man.
I was like, oh, and that was dope. And you saw like more than one. I'm like, damn, they really getting into this shit. Like, they really connect with all these things, like Rebels and all this shit. I'm like, this is
Shout out to Filoni, man.
Yeah, these motherfuckers, man. they must have 100% creative control because
They have to. They have to. Just let them cook, man. Just let Favreau and Filoni cook, man. That's it, man. We gonna get classic Star Wars content, man.
So Fresh Prince, how was your feeling towards this episode, man? I know like we kind of like jumping around, but like how was like your reaction, how you felt, towards the beginning and whatever. Just...
I enjoyed the episode, man. Like I got into it. I'm not gonna lie, like I had to watch it a couple times because I started watching it with my son, but he had to go to bed at night, so like I cut it off and I didn't keep on watching it. I waited for him, so it's like I had to watch it a couple times. So I ended up like watching it like 3 times to watch it in full. But at the same time, like I just enjoyed every aspect of the show, though. Like I said in the beginning, at first I was like, "Oh, is this a flashback?" But I'm like, "Nah, that's not him." Like I remember what the kid looked like. I'm not like, "Nah, that's not him." So I appreciated like just the lore that they were giving us. Like they gave us more like just backstory and lore on the process of how they induct, your like foundlings into the Mandalorian clan, cult, whatever you want to call that specific group. But like I enjoyed that. I enjoyed like, going back into like we were just talking about, like little aspects of Rebels and Clone Wars where they would have like these hybrid monsters that they would either come across or have to fight. So that was cool too. I love seeing Carl Weathers all the time. So just seeing where he's at and how Navarro has progressed throughout all this time since Mando has been gone. I felt like it was a good episode. Like I wouldn't give it a 5. I give it probably I would say probably a 4. Like I said, because I watched it. I had to watch it cut up or in between different viewings. But at the same time, I just enjoyed all the lore, all the context that we got, all the catch up that we got to see where all the characters are at. I didn't go into Bo-Katan. I'll leave that for y'all. But just even that, like going into that, like I'm like, yo, just seeing the castle and all of that. I'm like, yo, this shit is cool, man. But I'll let y'all fill in all the rest of the stuff about the episode. But I definitely enjoyed myself watching this one, and I'm back into Mando and Star Wars universe all over again.
What about you, Red? How was your overall satisfaction with this episode?
Man, keep it short and sweet. I give it a 5. I guess I'm in a 5 mood today. Like, I give it a 5.
Like, ain't nothing wrong with that shit, bro. That's just a 5 for me. So go ahead.
Because I went like, it gave us the excitement. Like we started off, we don't know what's going on. We see another Mandalorian being inducted into the ranks through the ritual that they're doing. There's some big alligator, like some big oversized alligator comes out the water, like straight out of the fucking Nature Channel too. It was like the wave popped up, like yo. Mando come, and then they give us another surprise of Mando coming. You see that like silver bird plane darting through the sky and blasting shot the alligator. I'm like, yeah, that's Mando. So you get hype up for that, and then this one it gives a lot of good dialogue and a good amount of action in this episode too. So we know that he's on a quest now to atone for taking off his helmet in previous stories because he did it to save Grogu. He took off his helmet multiple times to get information and stuff like that. So he's trying to atone for his past sins, which also is going to lead to him going to Mandalore and there's some Darksaber issues. So I'm looking forward to the season. It did everything right to get me hyped up for like what's going on in the future of the story. And I'm really looking forward, like I said, really looking forward to the season, and I can't wait.
Yeah, I echo your sentiments, man. That episode was solid. It was a 5 for me, and to keep it short and sweet, it brought that joy back, like jumping it back into this world. Like I enjoyed it with like Andor. And it felt Star Warsy, man. I just loved it. Just when I heard the theme song and Mando's theme song always gets me hyped. That shit never fails. When I hear that shit, bum 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 bum, like, and then even like there's certain points of the show like they'll play the theme song, but it's in a different tempo.
Yeah, like I was gonna say that too. Like the musical cues, I might have to bump mine up to a 4.5. I'm saying a 4 because again, like I said, I watched it at different points, so I wasn't fully invested the whole time, so it's weird for me, you know what I'm saying? But again, everything y'all saying, I echo y'all sentiments too. What was y'all saying? The music. I was saying to my son, the musical cues, like just when like Red was talking about when he flew in, like I don't even know what like instrument that is, but like just that musical cue when they hit it, like the Western style, and he comes in. This shit is beautiful, bro. Like you said, I'm fucking fully bathed back into the Star Wars world again. It's like I'm happy this shit is back.
And I see that the creators behind the show is like, yo, I'm not releasing anything unless it's A1, because the CG of that monster look better than a lot of shit that you see on the movie theaters now.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
When that monster popped out, I said, holy shit, bro.
Like it belonged in that world. It looked real. The textures look real. Yep. Even the dog fighting at the end with the pirates, that shit looked amazing, bro. And the way Mando was kind of like he was camouflaging and he was shooting them, and you heard the little theme song, the woo, like every time he killed somebody. I'm like, yo, this motherfucker is doing some tag shit, and it was like, yo, this shit is fucking fire. And even like the main pirate, a lot of people like talking shit like, oh, he looked like fucking Swamp Thing. Like, dude, that's the whole point of the whole purpose of Star Wars is having practical effects and practical like villains, and it felt very Star Warsy to have him look the way he looked.
I literally asked my son, I was like, tell me that's not beautiful right there. Like, exactly what you're talking about, right? I'm like, yo, that is like this whole, like, I don't know. I'm getting hyped up talking about it.
Yo, like, I just love the way
that's Star Wars. It's like, it takes you back to like 70s, 80s vibe. The whole situation. This shit was dope, man. Like,
I just love the way he was just picking them off one by one.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, at the end, he was like, never trust a pirate. And that fucking shit, straight hyperspeed, like,
bro,
off the cup.
The shit was crazy. He was on some Batman level with that shit too. Like they was scared. They were looking around like.
He was able to fly and then fall in the shadows of the meteorites and then pop back up and start. I'm like, yo, that was perfect.
Mm-hmm.
It was perfect. And I don't think we ever gotten anything like this in Star Wars, right? Like this fucking detail. And I'm like, yo, this is a show, and it's showing you other projects. Like it makes you feel like, damn, like what are they doing out here? Like these movies are $200 million movies, and these shows, I know the production budget is crazy. I think it's $120 million for all episodes. It's like it's like $15 million per episode. But like it's worth it.
They're fans. That's why we're getting the quality of television that we're getting, is because we got fans of the product making products for other fans. And it's like, I know we not big like that, right? But I was watching the gallery again, and I watched a couple of other YouTubers, and I saw a couple of guys interviewing Jon Favreau again, and it's like, yo, I love this dude so much, bro. It's like he pays attention to like what people want, and it's not like on some, and I'm not trying to throw shade, but it's not on a DC level where you hear shit and it's like, oh, we got to change everything. It's like, all right, we're doing things because we're fans of it, and we're doing it because we'll think you'll appreciate it. You will appreciate it. But it's like, also, if you have things, we're listening to what you guys are saying also, so that when we move forward, we know how to maneuver or twerk or tweak things so that you guys will still enjoy it as much as we're enjoying putting it together. And I appreciate that so much. So shouts out to, again, like Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau and Rick Farmer. I probably butchered his last name, but it's like him also. It's like all of these directors and people are fans. Like he did this episode too. So it's like, I saw his name pop up, and I'm like, yo, bro, shouts out to you, because it's like, this was dope. This was a dope-ass episode, man.
It is dope, and it goes back to like what I said before with the whole James Gunn situation. It's like, yeah, you can take like pointers from the fans. You don't have to necessarily say what you're doing. Just show it. Just do it. Work in silence, because we don't know nothing about Mandalorian. We don't know about anything. Casting news, nothing. It's just they just give us what they show, and it shows. Like it's not like you're talking about what you're about to do. They just show it, right? Like and it's the element of surprise, which I love. I hate being spoiled on some shit that, that let me just figure it out myself. Like the whole like the whales and shit like that. Like that. No one talked about that shit. That was no one said anything about like them being featured in this shit.
And I got to get like a little kid watching it just because it's like, oh, Rebels, Ezra, like you said earlier, like, oh, it's coming, like,
yeah. And then you can tell like the whole Bo-Katan situation, like she is mad.
Done,
she's like
bro.
she's salty. She's like, I lost everybody. No one wants to follow me. Everybody became mercenaries and shit. It's like, you know what? Go ahead, go back to Mandalore. Go ahead and die, so I can go pick up your sword. Even though people will still respect her because she didn't win it in battle. That's why she lost in the that's why she didn't get that respect initially, because someone gifted her the fucking sword. But yeah, man, if he goes back to Mandalore and that shit is not poison, and he ends up finding like these fucking relics and these fucking, oh man, I was watching somebody and it was like there's a helmet down there that's like, I forgot it's made out of some fucking material that is like is stronger than Beskar, and there's a helmet that he's gonna end up putting on, and I forgot the name of the helmet, but it's like it's like the ruler of all Mandalore. Like,
yeah, I was about to say it's shit.
I forgot the helmet. Like, I didn't know about that.
Name. It's the original it's the original Mandalore that was a Jedi, the one that forged the Darksaber. It's his helmet.
So that's how Disney sells shit, right? They sell toys, right? They don't want to sell the same toy over and over. So he's gonna get a brand new fucking suit. If he's gonna rock that fucking helmet, oh my god, and this is probably why we don't hear about him in the future movies of Star Wars. He's probably running his own shit. Like he doesn't necessarily die. I hope he doesn't fucking die. That'll suck. But I forget the name of the mask. How about chat if you guys know, if you guys are watching, but yeah, if he gets in hold of that, because there's gonna be a fight between him and Bo-Katan. She's sitting there and she's seething right now and she's tight. She wants that fucking sword, and as much as she loves Mando, and you know what else? A lot of people talking about, oh, they mad that Gina Carano's character's not in it. It's fucked up. And I'm like, yo, they kind of like kept it open. Yeah, so they kind of did it. They kind of did it smart, where she's like, they didn't kill her off. They said that she's off doing some other shit.
You're talking about Sasha?
No, Gina Carano's Cara Dune.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, like they didn't completely write her off. Like they can give her, she can come back.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's like they only ditched her because of social media, internet shit. So it's like yeah, like at the end of the day, once everybody calms down, season 4 or later on in this season, if they want to, they could bring her back and it won't be that big of a deal. Trump's gone. Everything is not going on as far as what she was talking about and all that. She'll be fine. It'll be fine. That was a smart play.
Yeah, they did a good job. Like, bring back, she could come back whenever they decide to, release the band.
Yeah, my fault. Yeah, it's going back because I was looking this shit up. It's like, if we don't bring it up, we get tight. But yeah, it's Tar Vizsla. Tar Vizsla was the original Mandalorian Jedi. So I think it's probably gonna be his mask that he ends up getting. But Tar
Vizsla is the great grandkid of Paz Vizsla. That's the Jon Favreau's character.
Yeah, he's the ancestor of Jon Favreau's character.
Yeah, that's why he thought that he had a claim to that dark saber.
Right. And for people that are not like in tune as we are, like if you watch it's Rebels, not Clone Wars. If you watch Rebels, that's where, you know, Bo-Katan has the whole introduction with Pac, not Pax, oh shit. John Favreau, that's how he got introduced to the whole Star Wars universe, is that Dave Filoni brought him in to Clone Wars, Rebels, sorry. And he played
I'm hearing you, bro. I'm hearing you.
I'm trying to overtalk it, but
I'm actively listening. I'm actively listening right now, but it's hard. It's hard.
Jeez.
I'm gonna put him backstage real quick, man. I don't want backstage. Go ahead.
Yeah. But yeah. So back on Rebels. I think he's playing. Yeah. So it's Paz Vizsla he's playing now, and what was his character? I'm trying to find it. Yeah, there we go. Pre Vizsla was his character on Clone Wars. So he was the one that originally had the Darksaber, and then he ended up having a duel with Maul. Maul beat him, took the saber. You know what I'm saying? And that's when, you know, Bo-Katan and the whole his whole little clique of Mandalorians kind of dispersed from there. And that's where the whole discrepancy came from. Later on, you know, she ended up getting gifted, like you said, getting gifted back the saber when what's her name from Shorty that was I can't remember right now, but Shorty's homegirl, Ezra's homegirl from Rebels was the one that ended up winning it back and then gifted it to Bo-Katan so she could try to reunite everybody on Mandalore because she didn't want to have that responsibility. So yeah, going into all this, it's just an interesting whole story. And it seems like this is something that they could go into, pulling all of the Mandalorians back into this. And I think everybody will ended up coming back into the end. We still got Giancarlo out there locked up, but I'm sure he's going to break out and end up coming back towards the end of this shit too to try to claim the sword and all that. So it's a lot we have to look forward to.
I think, and it's crazy because the moment if he obtains this armor, Paz Vizsla is going to be pissed.
Yeah.
Like, yo, you take this is my grandfather. I'm like, yo, and that shit is crazy because I think that mask is more visible. You see the person. It doesn't have the visor. So technically, he could put the helmet on and still have his face shown. And it kind of undermines their whole creed, right? Because if he wore it and everyone saw his face, like, why y'all different?
Right.
Damn, bro.
And he'll have that because if he's the ruler, it's like, yeah, you got that. You have that, and he'll have that reason to be able to do that. And I want that to happen so much because at the same time, then we could have Grogu kind of being a Jedi, but also taking the Mandalorian creed and kind of merging the Mandalorian and the Jedi and kind of like branching off and also doing the same thing, but branching off into the future and giving us another timeline we could go into.
They're gonna try to sell toys, man. Doesn't matter. Grogu
gotta get some armor, bro. Get the fuck out of here. He gotta get some armor. Right there, you go. Yep.
Like that's his helmet. Damn, bro. If he get if Mando gets that shit, because John Favreau said in an interview like last week that he said season 4 it's already done. Like the story is already done.
Yeah, he already wrote.
And he goes, so like I think it was Jimmy Kimmel, and he goes, so how long you think this thing is gonna go for? He's like, listen, this thing could go for like, he said, I have like four seasons planned. I'm like, whoa, because he was on Jimmy Kimmel last week because the little kid that was at the very beginning is his nephew, Jimmy Kimmel's nephew.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah,
and then he was also saying it's like for people to understand, it's like, he has 4 seasons written, but the way they're developing or the way they're trying to develop the universe going forward, it's like, listen, everybody has their own story. So it's like, we could finish here, But that doesn't mean it's the end of like Din Djarin and the Mandalorian. Like it's like we could go off into doing something like Ahsoka and do things like that. And these characters could always come and pop back up in the future. That's the whole point, is to basically build an interconnected galaxy or universe, just like they started doing with Marvel, which he was very integral in doing and developing in the beginning. So it's like, and building the foundation for. So yeah, we can definitely expect, this is like we're developing like Luke Skywalkers and Anakin Skywalkers and Han Solos. Like this is what we're trying to do now, or this is what they're trying to do, is they're trying to develop new characters that we and new younger children can look up to and latch on to going into the future, that we can also develop new stories on and just continue this whole giant universe.
Yeah. I mean, the show is called Mandalorian, right? That's not his name. That's just Mandalorian. That's just the people. So it could be like a whole spider web of different storylines that kind of like interconnect.
Yeah, even the way it ended was like smooth. Like the ended with the bathroom, it's smooth to see them. Like, I go to it. It's like, it gets you hyped for the future episodes coming. So I can't wait. Mandalorian, my shit. Even the artwork at the end, when you see the artwork of the episode,
I love it. I love when they do that. When they do the whole artwork recap, fucking love it. Because they're showing you storyboards of how they want to pitch, how they want to shoot it. So and it shows you how accurate the fucking artwork became film. I'm like, yo, that's just can't. But yeah, man, I think they're gonna try to like put this little Grogu in Beskar armor, and he might end up saying his first word, like a fucking like my man
Mandalorian shit.
Yo, imagine he says like Planet of the Apes when he says no. He fucking talk.
It's gonna be that. It's gonna be something like that, and it's gonna be powerful as fuck. I guarantee.
If Grogu says, "This is the way,"
yeah, I mean, you know what? It's gotta be that. It's gotta be that. It's gotta be that on some random ass moment, just like you said. It's not even on no. He talks. It's on some like word. Like on some. Nah, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy.
What I also like is the little Grogu adventures he goes on now. They brought that back, like when Mandalorian's talking, all of those mischief he'll get into. Like, hugging little small people.
They brought back Babu Freck.
Babu Freck's people. Oh man, yo. I said to my son, yo, I think these are my favorite aliens in the whole shit, bro. I think these are my favorite.
They spoke perfect English, bro, and he kept trying to say that they don't have to party. Like he's like, I understand. He's like, no, can't do that.
At that point, I was wondering if they were doing that for us, for the audience, and they were just speaking Huttonese, and they were just doing that so we could understand. I was trying to figure that to make it more funny, but that shit was hilarious.
He was like, "Oh, what happened if I find the parts for you?" Okay, we fix. Okay, like, yo, that's
no problem. No problem.
But these are like the small puppets that we come to love when it comes down to Star Wars. Like I love
practical
little thing. We know that they don't fit, but like shit. But I think Grogu's gonna start talking soon. Grogu's getting real confident with shit, and he's like 40 something. Because John Favreau said that his time with Luke was 2 years. He was looking for 2 years. I'm like, damn, I didn't know that. It seemed like it was quick, but it was 2 years. So he was training for 2 years.
Yeah, he got to be at least 50 something right now, cause
and Yoda died
he was like the same age as Anakin.
Yeah.
Oh, he is the same age as Anakin, I should say.
Yeah, he was the same age, but and I think Yoda died at 900. So he's already like, I wouldn't say like close to that. He's like a percentage of what Yoda.
He's still a baby, like basically.
He should be like maturing a little bit more, where he can. I mean, you can tell like he's walking faster now.
Yeah,
he's like, you know what I mean.
Yeah. Grogu older than all of us, yo. That's the funny shit.
I fucking love Grogu, man.
Me too, man. Me too.
Yo,
All
the
this
heavy,
shit.
the
My
shit
man
that
just spinning in the chair. Like, I'm like, yo, go ahead, nigga. Just have fun, nigga.
he's using all that force shit for fuck shit, yo. Yo, my man, the shit had me dying, and a lot of people didn't catch on to this shit. When my man Carl Weathers, my man came down with the 2 robots holding his fucking cape.
Yeah.
That shit had me dying. Yeah, just going down the stairs like clack, 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 clack.
Clink, clink. Yep.
Oh man,
Yeah,
what a
this-
good episode, man. This for
show is
me. This is
lovely,
a 5. This is a 5 for me.
Same.
And-
I'm not gonna drag it on. Same.
I might have to boost my shit up. I think it was a 5-2.
It was just too much fun because we had to unpack it. That's what it is. Like,
Yeah.
once we unpacked it, then we was like, oh, it's the automatic joy that you get from when it's just coming. Like, it's a joy, and just imagine if they release these episodes all at once, dude.
Oh,
It'd be just straight pandemonium.
it'd be a wrap. It'd be a wrap. By tomorrow, I'll be losing my shit. Like, oh my god, did y'all finish this shit yet?
No, it's just a lot. It's a lot of time, and I know, and these shows are in the can already. They done. There's somebody that's on the lot that saw all of them already.
Yeah.
They already know the surprises. And Jon Favreau said that there's gonna be something in every episode. I'm like, oh my god.
I cannot wait.
I suspect seeing Ahsoka again, and I suspect seeing Ezra, and them teeing off the Ahsoka series. I think we're gonna get Thrawn. We can get like a Thrawn fucking cameo, but it's just gonna this finale is gonna tee off Ahsoka.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a companion piece to Ahsoka. It's gonna make you warm and make you feel for these characters, for like the folks that really don't know, like Rebels, or they're just kind of casuals, to kind of see, oh, Thrawn was in The Mandalorian. I know who this character is now, and he's a big baddie. So I'm gonna go watch this one here.
Right.
I want to throw this out there because you didn't mention my man's real quick. And I know we're getting another season. So can I throw out that okay, let me start off by saying this. Because Favreau, like you alluded to, he did say, somebody asked him if we're gonna have like another Luke Skywalker type moment in this season. And like you alluded to, he basically said like, yeah, like we're gonna get something like that. So like you said, we could.
I hope so. But you know, but he knows me. You know,
it is there, bro. So it's like I took it as like you said, we're gonna get something like Ahsoka. I feel like that's simple. I feel like that's an automatic. Like we'll get Ahsoka.
Put that on
like,
camera.
Luke, I feel like we already got Luke again. We got Luke twice already. So I feel like Luke, bringing him back is like just like a on the head type situation. I don't see that. So could we possibly be getting a resurgence or a resurrection of people saying that he's dead? My man Mace Windu and luring into a season 2 of Boba on some shit like going at Mace Windu. Could we possibly get some wild shit like that at the end of this season?
I hope so, but I don't want to get my hopes up and ruin the show for me, because I would love that.
I'm not saying the show depends on that, but as far as what
I want to see it. I want to see it, and if it doesn't happen,
I'm looking at that like, come on, give it to me.
If that happens, I'm gonna lose my shit. That's gonna break the internet.
Yeah,
if Mace
that's what they were
back,
talking about, internet breaking moments. So it's like that's what I'm looking at. Something that will break the internet. It's gotta be that.
But then now you gotta kind of like de-age him, which they could do, right?
Yeah.
They could de-age him. Damn, that's good.
The Mace Windu will be old anyway by the time Mandalorian time. He'd be an old person.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, they don't even have to de-age.
Because he was young when he was young when Anakin was a kid. So you're talking about deep in his Darth Vader years, and like his kids are grown, and Darth Vader
it's like 30 years later.
Yeah, Sam Jackson be himself, playing an old ass Mace Windu.
Exactly. Yeah, he could be 50, 60, 70. Yeah, he could play himself regular. Like, yeah. I want it, man. I want Mace, man. I want Mace.
Yeah. He's gonna probably have the mechanized arm and shit.
Word.
Damn. It's like I don't fuck with this shit. Like the reason why no one like found me, because I don't really, he kind of like just stop, practicing.
He
already-
could cut himself off like Luke.
Yeah, and he was already like teetering both sides. So
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
oh man, that'll be nice, man. But if it doesn't happen, I wouldn't be upset. But if it does happen, I'm gonna lose my shit. And
I'm not gonna take points away. Yeah, but
Yeah, I won't take points away.
But I want it.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, Book of Boba, that season 2, that's in the bag. That's happening.
Yeah.
They're filming that very soon. Andor started filming last week, season 2. So yeah, that's we getting some Star Wars shit, man. We get some, and I'm glad Kathleen Kennedy is like letting them do their thing. Like, go ahead, do your thing. I handle the shit. I'll deal with
Let the kids play.
I'll
Chill
do
out,
it.
Mom.
Yeah, her contract it ends next year, so most likely, if Kathleen, I could already call it. If Kathleen Kennedy leaves, Kevin Feige is gonna take over.
You think so?
He's gonna move over. He's gonna move from Marvel. He's gonna go straight. He's gonna be like a Disney, a producer, and they're gonna get somebody else to be that, maestro.
Who would you get to do it then if you do that?
Oof.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
Because that you gotta feel that before you let that.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin Feige wants a promotion. He doesn't want to stick where he's at. He wants to be top. He wants to be the one that they report to. So, if Kathleen leaves, he's taking that job. I know he is. But to be the next Kevin Feige, oof, I don't fucking know. I do not know. I'm sure if James Gunn didn't take the DC, he would have taken the Marvel.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, who you give it to? Nate Moore? I mean, I feel like if you don't bring nobody else in, I feel like that's the natural progression. Is to give it to Nate Moore. Like.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't want to think that far. I love Kevin Feige, but
I don't either. Like, that's crazy. Like,
but yeah, it's gonna happen. He's gonna leave soon. He's not gonna leave.
Like, if that's the situation, shit is done after the multiverse saga. If that's the situation, it's a wrap.
Yeah. Oh man, this episode was fucking dope, man. I can't wait for next Wednesday. Can't wait for The Last of Us. We got some good TV, man.
Yeah.
I'm glad that Last of Us kind of like is ending very soon, but we still got Mandalorian right after that.
Right.
After Mandalorian is done, I think the Loki's like May, right? Some shit like that. Oh, June. Loki season 2. Release date. We getting some shit. Oh, June 9th. Yeah, man. So yeah, this episode definitely gave me back the Star Wars vibes. So can't wait. That's pretty much it that I have for today's episode. If you guys want to add anything before we sail off into
not much.
First,
a fun episode. Real thank everybody for coming out. Liking and subscribe us if you like the episode that you see so far. And sorry, most of the episode my eyes are gonna be closing. For some reason, my eyes are closing today. I can't even open the shits, bro. Like, I'm not even holding you, but I'm aware. My eyes are closed, but I'm aware.
he enters the sleepoverse.
Yeah, that's probably gonna be it right now because I didn't sleep the whole episode. I was up, so I don't know. But this episode, it's gonna be weird because people are gonna watch it and say, "Why is his eyes closed?" So you know why my eyes just feel heavy right now. I don't know why it's like that. But anyway, it was a fun episode. I had fun talking with you guys.
Yeah, man, it's always a pleasure, man. I love chilling with y'all on Friday, and just kind of like discussing, shooting the shit. Yeah, man, because I know we don't want to treat this as this is like a job. Like, this is something that we just do every Friday. Yeah. This is like decompressing and talking about shit and kind of like having a good atmosphere and just listening to each other's voices and shit, just kind of shooting the shit, like I said.
It's the kickback in a professional manner, basically.
Yeah, we try our best. You know, we don't know, we don't have all the answers. We don't know everything. We just like this is a small channel. It's very raw. You know, it's not really refined, but I mean, we understand who we are. And you know, like Red said, thank you for the followers. I see that we're getting a lot of like traction with the shorts. Shorts are doing really well, and you know, we keep on doing it. We're gonna keep on like giving y'all something, you know, throughout the week. Because having just one thing a week doesn't really like, you know, people want to see more. So we're gonna keep on trying. You know, there's a lot of work. There's a lot of editing. There's a lot of shit that we got to do. It's not easy. You know, like I said before, we're a very small channel, so we try to push out as much as we can, and try to like, you know, whenever news drop, we kind of want to be out there first because that's what hits. Like once we out there, like once news hit and we have a video within that first 30 to an hour, oh yeah, we hit. And we get good traction. So yeah. But again, man, thank you for those for follows. You know, again, just go ahead and you know repost it. You know, if you have other group, if you are part of other like communities out there, Facebook or Instagram, share this link to that group. Maybe someone you know would find us you know worth the watch or worth the subscription. So.
Yeah, and shout out to the people on the other social media sites too, like TikTok and Facebook, for example. Like like you said, the stories and the shorts and everything we've been putting out recently. We've been trying to take advantage of those mediums, and you guys been responding, so we appreciate that. So again, like thank you very much, and continue to like, continue to share, just subscribe. And hit the notification bell so y'all know whenever we go live or whenever we got a short or a new video out. Stay on top because we're trying to do our best to stay on top of all the new information, breaking news, all that to keep you guys informed.
Yeah, yes, sir. So to that, peace out. Have a good night. Have a good weekend.
Good night, everybody.
Or make good decisions out there. Wear a condom. Yeah. Peace out, y'all.
Wash your hands and everything too, right? Wash your hands.
Yeah.
Peace.
Later.